Perfect. Cool. What's going on, Mr. Meowie? I just saw you follow. Thank you for dropping the follow. Femph, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome, guys. We're just gonna, what's it called? We're gonna hang out a little bit for the first 20 minutes or so. Then we'll get Jay and Zephyr in here. I'm also just making sure I got all this stuff working. Stream's looking good. Like, I hope it's... You guys tell me right now. Oh, no. Here we are. What's up, Clyde? For the TSM clips, I know there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot. I can see you clearly. Awesome. Yeah, because this is my first time doing a multi-stream. So we're live on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So just what's it called? Seeing what kind of happens here. How this goes. Should be fun. I'm excited for it. Yeah. What time is it for you right now? It is 7:39 p.m. Eastern time. I'm Eastern time. But you guys, where's everyone tuning in from this evening? I will let you guys know now. I'll probably EST, nice. I'll probably say this again a little bit later. If anyone subscribes or drops a membership or super chat or something like that on YouTube, I don't have YouTube alerts properly set up. They are absolutely impossible to work with, so I need to put more time into that. What's up, Ian? Hello from UK. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. We're just vibing for a bit. I'm just waiting for some people to get in here. We'll chat a little bit, you know, then we'll get on to ranking the greatest clips. There might be a like small little brief intermission at some point in the next 20 minutes or so, because what I'll have to do is I'm gonna have to get Jay and Zephyr into a call and then set that up. Montreal, Canada here. For a Toronto Maple Leaf fan. I'm from Toronto. Nice, Charlie. Are the PS headphones that good? They're all right. They're good for the price. Like, these ones are like 130 bucks, and the sound quality on them is really good. The ear cups absolutely get destroyed within the, like, really quick. Like, these are new. I replaced them, but like, yeah, the original ear cups are pretty bad. But the sound quality is good, and they're wireless headphones for 130 bucks. They work on PC and PS5, so that's why I like them. 130 bucks Canadian, that is. Yeah. Think about our 15% tax. I know. You guys got 15 over there. That's it's a little bit what's it called? It's a little bit more than here in Toronto. What's up, Titan? Mystic. I called you Titan for the first time. Also, I don't even know. Mystic, I don't even know if your name is like, how do you pronounce the second half of your name? Yeah, guys, so hopefully I noticed like the messages are disappearing really fast on the screen, but you should be able to see both chats live on the stream. If not, I will, what's it called? I will, I don't think I can fix that mid-stream, but next time we'll be able to. We'll work on that. when are we starting? So I'm gonna go through the clips in about 20 minutes here. Like that's when JHawk and Zephyr are gonna jump on at 8 p.m. I just wanted to give us like 20 minutes to make sure I get the setup all right because of the multi-stream. But then when Jay and Zephyr are gonna be here, that's gonna be in about 20 minutes or so. So that's gonna be when the main event starts. Yeah, we can talk about some things though. Everyone see the ALGS partnership agreement. Let me pull this up. Apex. I had to misspell it so Twitch would let me have it. Oh, so it is supposed to be Mystic Titan. Is that right, Mystic? Saw that. Really happy for all the morgs. Yeah. Here, let's pull this up here. Let's go. Just go display cap for now. And does everything sound good? Like, that was the, yeah, stream just started, Goblin. Who do you think Snipe is going to pick up? Oh, that's a great question. I've been kind of, like, confused because I don't really know who's, like, left for him to kind of, like, play with. I doubt he's going to be playing with Tech. I know they were kind of, like, farming a little bit of, interesting things on Twitter. Just kind of joking around, but I doubt that's going to happen. Zainu's now playing with Phony and Frex, obviously. You know, Koiful is pretty much confirmed on Xset. You know, Snipe and Sweet have teamed in the past, but they like way back in like 2020, and they did win an ALGS together, like the ALGS online tournaments. So I don't know, like there's a chance maybe they bring back the Sweet and Snipe down, you know, play style, but I think I can't see that meshing too well. Snipe down's very vocal and likes to kind of like really get his opinion there about playing, whereas Sweet kind of wants, like, Sweet really wants control of his team. So that's I could see being a conflicting kind of thing there. I can't see them playing, but yeah, this is the 12 partners thing. If you guys hadn't seen it, it's gonna make a post about it tomorrow, breaking it down on the community post, so please check that out when you guys got the chance. But yeah, these are the 12 teams, which is interesting. Like, you know, like especially the fact that FaZe is still here. That was probably the most interesting, considering, like, you know, Phony and Frex not being there anymore. I wonder whatever even happened with that team. Gent Deeds, if Nick packs it up, especially if Snipe kept FaZe spot. See money? Maybe. Has Nick said that he doesn't want to play pro? Is that a thing? Like, I thought tripods are still pretty locked. Gent and Deeds. I don't know who'd really IGL on that team is the thing, right? Like, we've seen Gent have troubles with IGLing. I don't know if Snipe can be a sole, like, IGL on his own, so. Oh, everything's disappearing. One sec. I gotta pull up the... That's not it. It's right here. Make sure we got that. Unless DSG also goes to EMEA. Yeah, it is funny, right? It's because a lot of those EMEA orgs, right? I believe smaller orgs, and even a lot of them have kind of like pulled out at this point. A lot of orgs in EMEA were also, I think, even North American. I could be wrong, but like Kansas City Pioneers, it's a North American org, for example, right? So yeah, that's the case. The thing is that's weird is Shaheen, who's like the head of partnerships over at Apex, tweeted out that this has been in the game since the beginning. That's the only thing I kind of been confused about. So like, this is the first time they're talking about it, but this is the game, been in the game since the beginning. What's up, mysteries? Oh, I don't have the, hold on, let me get this chat back up here for you guys, so you guys can see each other talk at the very least. Let's put that there. I'm gonna hide just the Twitch chat. I have to work with these settings because that's not too visible, is it? That's what I'm wondering. Nick hasn't said anything yet, but I feel like if PSQ doesn't go well for pods, he might reevaluate. Okay, I see what you're saying. Then after he picks up Gent and Deeds, because they already have... Snipe has the PL spot, I'm pretty sure, the Pro League spot. I've been following since ALGS. Yeah, I've been following ALGS since the beginning, fam. Like, it's kind of like, I can't believe that we never heard about that until now, right? At least the transparency is undoubtedly good. I'm assuming if they put out a post like this, there's been something added on to this program than like what was at the beginning, which is clearly a good sign at that point. So It just means that, like, you know, at least for these 12 teams, like, there might be steps for more teams to come in here. I tweeted out, if you guys want, like, follow Twitter, it's same name, Jumba GW, but I tweeted out that the only concerning thing is, like, teams like 100 Thieves, Energy, like, this has been the works for a bit here. Like, I'm almost certain, I kind of heard, like, rumors and things down the grapevine that this has kind of been in the, like, everyone's been in the talks about this for a little bit, like, this specific post. And with this specific post, you know, Energy, 100 Thieves, all these teams would have known about it and still opted not to continue. So that's something to be a little bit concerned about. Like, I want to be positive about it. It's important to be positive, but at the same time, it's important to also be a little bit critical, in my opinion, and make sure that things keep improving. What's up, Suge? Is it Suge Roll? Is that how you pronounce it? Let me know. Hope I didn't butcher that. Introduce you to 12 partners. Yeah, you got Alliance. Let me see something real quick. Let's do something real quick. Let's go to Liquipedia. I want to go to the Champs Liquipedia page. And then I want to see, or actually just go to EMEA. And let's see last year EMEA regular season. Last year EMEA regular season, like, who are the teams in here? I guess Aurora, Serbian esports org, Ascend, what are they? European. Okay, so Ascend would have been one. Vexed, they're European one as well. How big is Vexed as an org though? Like, are they in any other, like, esports and everything like that? Like, there's E6. E6 is Irish. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely a handful. Like, see, like, Pioneers it's Kansas City. Oh, you're on both, Suge. What's up? Let me I need, like, to make sure I keep on top of the time here. I don't know. Has the rankings been? No, it's gonna start in 10 minutes. Just about 10 minutes approximately. I just wanted to make sure that things were gonna go, like, smoothly with the stream. So I basically, like, started about 30 minutes early. I kind of start 30 minutes early with all my streams in case something, like, you know, I have an absolute fear of something just exploding midstream. Right? Something explodes midstream, and then after, you know, I need to figure that out. Yeah. And because of the what's it called? The multi-stream. But things are looking good. I'm excited. Obviously not an easy ask, but I would love to see a video diving into Pulverix's champs round, qualifying for the next round. Yeah, I've considered that. And so, like, I mean, I have a couple of videos all planned that I'm starting to work on and everything like that. I'm trying to pump out a bunch. Pulverix is a team I always want to dive into. The difficulty obviously becomes, like, the translation. Now, the good thing is they're Japanese, right? I believe they're Japanese, and I do have one of our community members who's both fluent in English and Japanese, and he's agreed to be able to, like, you know, kind of do the translation for us if we do something like that. So there is a potential for videos like that to come. They take a long time, and, like, with so much going on and PSQ starting, like, you know, it's gonna be a task. What's up, Stalin? How's it going? Welcome. That's the best clip. Yeah, Mystic, we're gonna play that clip. Well, trust me. That like, when so basically the way that stream's gonna work tonight, and we're gonna go through this again briefly in a moment when we get Jay and Zephyr in here, and I'm gonna talk about it. But basically the way it works tonight is I asked Zephyr and I asked JHawk to both get 10 of their what they felt were the best clips in Apex, and then I brought 10 as well. They didn't have to be comp clips. They could be absolutely everything, right? And then after we have them all in a doc that they're up on my screen, we're going to go through them all, and we're going to give them a ranking out of, like, 10. And I'm going to get their opinions. Like, if you guys don't know, obviously, I assume a lot of you all should be familiar with JHawk, ALGS guy, like, you know, analyst guy when it comes to YouTube and everything like that. Absolute genius with this stuff. So he's going to be talking about it. Yeah, Stalin, who's JHawk? Am I right? But then Zephyr, I hope you guys know who Zephyr is, but Zephyr, he's a caster, does a lot of the EMEA casting. He was on the main stage over at the Champs. He was doing on the talent desk. in the analyst desk, sorry, that is, as well. He's very, very knowledgeable when it comes to the game. And the exciting thing about having Zephyr is he's been to a lot of the lands. I have to ask him if he was at both playoffs, but I know at the very least he was at both champs, and the one in Rally and the one in the most recent one, right? And JHawk was there too. So the cool thing is we get their perspective of being there at the event, what it was like to see some of these clips happen. So that's what we're going to talk to them about. Casters vid would be fire. I have that planned, Mystic. The way I would kind of want to do that, a casters vid, is if I'm going to try to do an interview with them. So we're going to live stream that. Get ready. We got like some exciting things coming, especially on the stream front of things. I'm going to try multi-streaming them all, but if not, everyone try to follow the YouTube or follow the Twitch. The streams will mostly be on Twitch, if not multi-streamed. But hopefully next Saturday, we have a really cool interview scheduled. Really cool interview. I'm super excited for it. I'm not going to give it away yet because I want to make sure it's locked in 100%, and I got to sort out the date, but the person it is with actually said yes already. So we'll talk about that. It's looking very spiffy. Thank you, Jacob. I mean, you know, we're doing an awards show here. This is bigger than the esports awards that were last night. We're ranking the greatest Apex clip of all time. So I got to come in my nicest Armani suit. This is not Armani. This is a $200 suit. Like full 3-piece suit. So I'd say that's a pretty good deal on a suit. Not meaning it's not nice. I actually love this suit. What's up, Reek of Awesome? Foster, how you doing? Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Getting here just on time. Yeah, mysteries. YouTube doesn't pay that good for Armani. This is the song playing is like the song I use every time. It's like the final what's it called? The final ring for whatever final game I'm covering in a video. That's the song that plays. I'm just playing all my music from all the things. Carbasher, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Thank you. Again, I'll repeat it in a moment again, probably, guys. But if you sub or follow or drop like a super chat or anything on YouTube, I will do my best to catch it and read it out. Unfortunately, the alerts will not pop up on screen. Had to make sure I follow your Twitch too. Thanks, that Carbasher. I appreciate that. Welcome. No one is watch partying scrims. Is there no one? No wig. I guess I chose a good night to do this stream then, because I was thinking, I'm like, damn, I forgot about scrims. Everyone's gonna be watching scrims. You're lying to me. I literally see Greek. Yeah, Greek is live. Okay, no wig, but Greek's live. Greek is live. See it right here. Okay, 7:55. I'm gonna like put out these tweets. That we are live. 5 minutes. Get people in here, and then after we will get what's it called? We will get the guys in here. Let me double check Discord. Yep, it's good. Just making sure I'm sending out some tweets and everything like that. Go follow the Twitter and like and share. Yeah, like and retweet if you guys don't mind. Much appreciated. Thank you. Restream looks good. Happy you're really bringing to light smaller YouTubers like JHawk. You're stalling. You're crazy, man. You just constantly want to flame the guy, huh? Let's close all this stuff down. Clips. Gonna turn off the mute as well. The music. What did I say? The music. I'm gonna turn that off when we get the guys in here, too. I don't think I've even ever listened to these full songs. Jay, what's up? Let me know when you're ready, man. Oh, yeah. I just noticed what you said. Okay, cool. I'll call you guys on Discord. I will join you to the call right now. Let's see if this works. VOD, what's going on? If I don't see Scurry Grief Play in here, I think that might be there. I think that might be here. Hold on a second. What's up, Jay?
What's up?
Here, I'll let you see me too. This hopefully doesn't mess this up. I'm gonna wait for when Zephyr gets in here, and then we'll get JHawk on screen, because I gotta share, like, this is a whole setup. I've been trying to test this all day long, like, because I gotta share my screen with you guys, and then on stream. It's gonna be interesting. I hope everything goes good. Jay is here. Oh, you're leaving. Vaudry is leaving as well. Everyone doesn't. No one likes you, man.
Nah, they're all acting tough, but they love me and they know they do.
It's so true. Oh, Femf is over. I'm trying like this. I'm trying multi-streaming out. I want to see how it goes. It's pretty easy to set up, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
If you use like Restream IO and like you don't get like a watermark or anything like people say. The problem is you have to see the command center of like screens I'm looking at right now to make sure everything's working.
Yeah, I've thought about trying the multi-streaming now that Twitch is like lax on it.
Yeah.
But it feels like kind of intimidating, not gonna lie.
I wouldn't be able to, what's it called? I wouldn't be able to, like, you could do 2 RTMPs where you could have like basically like a separate OBS like streaming at the exact same time. My internet wouldn't be able to support that, but I was curious to see how it would work for just in general something like this. Like when I plan out like something instead. Yeah, you're not used to in the chat saying not used to YouTube streams. The thing is, I don't know if you ever even tried one, Jay, but like I have done YouTube streams before. I find viewership actually is always like better on YouTube because obviously that's where the audience is. But so like a lot more people see it. However, I find with obviously with Twitch, like the community's there. That's what I like.
Yeah, I've never tried any YouTube streams.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you get solid Twitch viewership regardless.
I remember too when I first thought about streaming, it felt like such a big decision. Be like, oh my gosh, do I do it on Twitch because that's like where everybody on Apex is? Do I do it on YouTube because that's where my audience is? I didn't know, and I ended up choosing Twitch just because honestly, I feel like YouTube streams, like I don't like the layout of a YouTube stream. But that was just my personal preference, so I just chose Twitch. But now you can do both, so I don't know, I might try it.
No, you're right. Like I actually put out a poll to like on my community tab. I don't know, the community tab trolled me. They left it like I had Twitch, YouTube, or like I'm fine with either, and it went 40%, 40%, 20%. I'm like, yeah, they actually left me right at a 50%. What's up, Rod? Of course. How would I forget you, Rod? We're beefing over Aurora for like 3 days straight or 4 days straight. What's up, Takudo? Not Aurora. Yeah, Aurora.
So you were looking at the partnership stuff. What are your thoughts?
You know what? Like I obviously am excited about it. Like if we have like a path going forward, makes me confident that maybe I'll be able to keep doing this for a long time. Like, you know, that Apex isn't gonna die next year. But like, did you see Shaheen's tweet about like this being in the game since the beginning? That one kind of confused me.
I actually knew that it existed because they did some blog post a long time ago. It was very small. And I knew that like Alliance, TSM, Ascend, there was like a bunch of teams that were part of it, but it just never really. I don't know the exact details of it, but it seems like it didn't really help that much, to be honest.
Yeah,
considering that a lot of those teams left.
Well, exactly. So is this like the exact same thing, or have they now? Like, is there at least like a few things added to this new like partner system, and then that's why they brought it public?
My assumption is that it's a little bit different. I know that like with the LAN stuff, obviously when they first made it, maybe that was a part of it, but then COVID threw everything out of whack. So I don't know the exact details. I'm assuming it's at least slightly different, but at the same time, it doesn't feel. It felt small, if that makes sense. It feels like there's a lot more they could do, to be honest.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, you know, I think at least them being transparent, I like that as a step forward. But I think it's like important to be critical about it still, so that we still see improvements.
Yeah, I hope they. I just hope it's like a stepping stone. Like, all right, they've announced it, now everybody knows it exists. It'd be pretty sick if they expanded it one day. What up, Zephyr?
What's up?
Hi guys.
How's it going? Okay.
It's good. Good to see y'all.
Yeah, welcome. Here, I'm gonna start this setup right now because I got to get your cameras on stream. I gotta do a little bit of OBS magic here. So let me try working this. So first, let me share my screen for you guys to hear the clips and stuff like that. Applications. This one.
Okay.
All right, right. Hold on here, and then let me see this. We are getting
Yo, Stalin is just coming at me today,
yeah,
bro.
I know. This is what I'm saying.
Insane caster, insane Apex commentator, and JHawk. Like, this is crazy,
Yeah.
And
bro.
JHawk. Bro, they don't even know. They don't even know the history. Technically, you are an analyst now.
Yeah,
you're an
he's
Apex
that is true.
official.
Yeah.
Official.
Yeah, put some respect on my name, Stalin.
I totally put timestamps in all of my links.
We're gonna be scrolling for them, huh?
I totally put timestamps in these
See,
links.
I thought ahead, and when you do the share thing, you can do start at this timestamp.
Yeah.
I did that for all mine.
You know, you guys sound like some real thinkers out here.
That's all you had to do. That's all you had
I
to
was
do.
kind of struggling with that one.
Yeah, I was what's it called? So I actually had a bunch of clips chosen. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait for them to put in their clips. So whatever they put, I'll go find some other ones so we don't have too many duplicates.
Did I screw it up pretty badly?
Waiting. 5:30. Finally see Zephyr's in there. I'm like, okay, time to pick all new clips. He picked every single one I had.
I tried to leave some that I was like, they're totally gonna pick these. Like, I knew that certain ones would totally get picked, so I tried to. Some of mine, I was like, I don't know if they'll pick this one, so I tried to throw in a few of those.
Dude, I took the easy bullet. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was just like,
yeah, not to obviously spoil it for the chat, but I literally DM'd Zephyr. I'm like, don't pick DSM for the heavens, because I'm like, someone's gonna pick it. So I'm like, I'll tell Zephyr not to, so that this way JHawk, when he does, it's inevitable.
Yeah, I had to. I
it's
mean,
kinda
someone
crazy
had to.
how like I sat here and I was like, I don't know if I can even pick 10 moments when you reached out to me about this.
Yeah.
And then literally within an hour, I like had art just from that moment. I already had a list in my phone. Just off the top of my head.
I actually had it what's it called, a hard time narrowing down to just 10. I'm not gonna lie.
I did too. I did too.
Like, yeah, and then after I was like, because the reason why I did only 10 is because I didn't want this going on all night. But then after at the same time, I'm like, you know, it's kind of tough to pick. Hold on.
By the way, did y'all hear officially? We've got now an esports awards certified caster behind Apex Legends now.
Yes, sir.
The best color caster of the year.
The GOAT.
Actually fired up. I was.
Dan Gaskin.
That's right.
Wasn't
the GOAT.
It was Genome that was also nominated for an award.
Genome
right?
and Onset were
Onset
both
too,
nominated.
right? I couldn't remember if Onset was. I remember voting for them all. I went in and I voted for everyone, anything Apex.
Yeah, so Onset for play-by-play, Genome for analyst, and then Gaskin for color, and Gaskin won color.
Yeah, that's absolutely awesome.
Onset is hotter in real life, Shug. I want to let you know that. I've got a ton of photos of him eating bananas saved to my camera roll. And it's the greatest thing ever.
Okay, I'm almost done here, chat, and then you'll be able to see them. I'm just literally. This is what's it called? Hold on, delete. Wait till you see like the whole like kind of like setup that I have here. This might be just the most inefficient way to do it too. On top of it, but it's something.
I think I didn't pick a clip for one of mine. I think I literally just picked.
Yeah, I saw you just put a moment there. I'm like, oh, we'll just Google that in the moment, I guess. Try to find it.
I'm getting it. I'm finding it right now. Now that I wasn't at home today. I literally was at home for like a little bit.
I have one that's also like there is a clip, but the moment is
that's
multiple games, you know, that leads to the clip. You know,
no, that's
so,
fine.
like,
That's fine. Because like ultimately, this is gonna become a video, which ends up being one of the greatest moments in Apex history. Yeah, you a video. Okay, let's see. How does this look? Here's the setup. And hopefully that this doesn't, because like now, hopefully when I start sharing my stream and everything like that, you guys are seeing it. It doesn't move your cameras, because I had to basically just capture Discord but like crop everything out. Okay, we'll start here. Oh no, let me hide these.
How are we like tier listing this? Do we have like a
Yeah.
Do we have like a tier list?
Absolutely the most formal. I didn't make a tier list. What I was going to do is the most formal ranking system ever is what I was going to give you. Is
just a ranking Google sheet.
We're going to rank this out of, I'm going to put a rank right here. Each of us rank the clip out of 10. and try to keep this in mind. The criteria is going to be like impact on Apex as a whole, how
Yeah.
iconic the moment was, and then these are kind of like two, because like there's some funny clips in here, some skill clips in here, like the skill of it, like how difficult that was to pull off, and then after, or like the humor of it, how funny was the clip, like right, like those kind of things. How does that sound? Does that sound like it works?
I feel like
Yeah.
my criteria for this will adapt as we go on today.
Absolutely.
No, for sure. I feel like what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to get everything, like we're gonna put all our ranks down, then go back and change them all. Like, what is this?
That's my 10th clip.
I don't even remember that moment. Like I remember like so many times when people run one like
I do, dude.
Beaver. Oh, these groups stages. Okay, we'll go through it. I mean, you guys are we're gonna go through that. Oh, hold on. And then after, I just need to pull all my chats back up. All right, there.
I just want to say I'm incredibly biased because I already have one clip that I put in there that I think is like the undisputed GOAT clip of Apex ever. Like, if you had to make a time capsule and there was only one moment we could put from Apex Legends in it, I have one clip that it goes in there no matter what. If it gets left out, I'm gonna be so upset. That's how I feel about one of the clips.
Okay.
But anything else is debatable.
We'll have to vote. Chat, like while you guys are here too, as you see like the clips pop up, you guys throw in like your what's it called? What your choices are, like your ranks. Like give something like a 7.7. Tell JHawk he's completely wrong, that his clip is not the greatest of all time.
If anyone says I'm wrong, you're wrong, okay?
Okay. Yeah, and everyone's already guessing like what a lot of them are. Like I mean, like it's standard. I've actually made 2 videos about like iconic and best moments, and I'm like, damn, I'm picking a lot of the clips that are already in there. But I guess we should get started. Okay, for like the purpose of the video, I'm gonna give a whole rundown again of what we're doing. So today we are gonna be ranking. I got JHawk. He is ALGS YouTuber extraordinaire, and then I got the caster, our resident ALGS expert, EMEA Zephyr. I'm pointing the complete wrong way. Like my camera's flipped here.
Why does everyone call me EMEA Zephyr? I do both reads. I do
because
I
you
literally
always
guess
talk
all
about
3
No, no, no.
pronames.
Because
You do,
EMEA
but
gets
you-
no attention, so when you give them any, everybody's like, this guy,
That's what it
EMEA,
is.
baby.
Listen, I'm familiar with that, but I know that you're referred to as the EMEA guy, so I'm just gonna keep going with that. You see what I'm saying?
All right, that's
On
fair.
top of
I'll
it, you
take bro.
also always gas up EMEA the most. Like you really do.
Wait. Before we go too hard, how much am I allowed to cuss?
Oh, cool. I don't care. You're good. You're good. I mean, like, if
All
I've
right,
got anything else out,
perfect, bro.
but on stream, I got no
Gotta
worries.
get real passionate.
You guys should have seen me when I was streaming like champs. I like, there's a couple clips where every other word I'm saying the F word. I'm like, man, I gotta stop that. Like, but you're good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're ranking them all, ranks out of 10. Right, for each of us. So there's gonna be a 30-point total. At the end, we're gonna determine what is the greatest Apex clip of all time. It is absolutely definitive. No one else's opinions matter. I don't care what chat says. I don't care what Imperial
Okay.
Hal says. It's us
Got
three
it.
are the definitive judges, and it's been determined by me. Okay, let's do it. Let's just hop right into the first clip. I'm blocking out the names here so that we don't read the descriptions. I just needed those to make sure I didn't have duplicates. But a pretty standard first one.
Once again,
Real quick, you guys can hear this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, they don't see that at all! They just drop down straight into the shark's jaws!
Jay leads! JFW gets taken out, but now this is the green light for start a fight, and Moist Esports have an opportunity!
This is a terrible blunder, and it means Moist! They are gonna take advantage of that immediately! The gravity lift up on top, Riddle order. I don't think they can do anything about this.
Oh my god!
He hit the
I love his face every time.
What a beast! 360 Kramer shot into the top true
Oh, man.
combo! Moist!
Bro, that was Vicky's like Smash commentator coming out. Top true combo.
Yeah, I know. That's literally what I thought of. I'm like, with the top 2 combo. I'm like, gosh, she's going smash on everyone.
Oh,
That was, they didn't show her reaction on stage. Like, that's edited and afterwards.
No, that's full edited
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
the fact
Yeah.
there, which is really cool.
No, it makes it even better because, like, realistically,
Oh,
I
man.
wanted to see the casters' reactions. I wanted to see everyone's reactions.
Dude, I remember the day or the moment that occurred. It was, so this is going to sound terrible, but I was in the green room, right? Obviously, I think I was done for the day. I didn't have any more analyst desk segments. And so I'm just spectating. And I also was like starting to fall asleep because you guys got to understand, we get there at like 5 or 6 a.m. and then we're out of there by like 7 or 8. It goes deep. And so I was sleepy eepy, and I was legitimately, I think, falling asleep in that green room. And when that happened, the amount of screaming and noise in that moment was like so ear shocking that it woke me up. I remember that.
I was gonna ask, like, what was it like? So okay, so we got you from the green room. Jay, were you in the stands when this happened? Because you were at Champs. Where were you?
What group stage match was this? Because there was some group
This is
stage match
day
that I missed.
4, I believe. I
Day
think.
4?
Okay, then it wasn't even group stage.
No,
Then
this
yeah,
was
I
group
was
stage.
totally
This was group
there.
stage, was it not?
Was this group stage?
Yeah, it's day 2. It's day
I'm pretty
2.
sure it was group
Two?
stage.
Yeah, it's
I-
because
I'm
I remember Moist was doing actually quite bad. They weren't gonna they were doing really bad in this set, and then they won the game before this, and then this was their back-to-back wins.
wait. Go back into the clip because usually it shows on the top of
Yeah,
the
here.
screen.
B versus B, yeah, match 5.
B versus
Okay,
D,
so this
match
is
5.
group stage. It's right there.
Yeah. I think I was there. I can't remember if it was day 1. Then I wasn't because I was busy the whole day 1, so I actually didn't get to
Definitely
be in the
wasn't day
stands at
1.
all. But I don't think it was. So I feel like I was there. At the same time, I don't remember my reaction at all. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Mystic? I want to show. I have my reaction. I was watching them. Fortunately.
Oh, you were.
I was really
you had it
happy
from
'cause-
Watch Party.
Yeah, from Watch Party, and like I'm literally talking about them like that they were doing bad. I'm like no emotion.
Esports
I've been streaming
having
like
a rough start in this set to potentially.
Oh my god! What? Oh my god! Did he just actually do that? Oh my god! What the fuck? He just hit a fucking 360! Oh my god! Did he see that? I like
That's
pulled up
pretty good.
Wig and I noticed that Wig missed it. Like they didn't get it on the B stream because I wanted to see someone who had the clip other than just
play it
me.
again real quick.
Yeah,
Play
oh,
it. Play. Hold on. Go back to your clip. Go back
Yeah,
to your
yeah,
clip.
here, I'll pull it up. Sorry.
I think it's so sick because if you watch the actual main broadcast,
Moist
they
Esports-
miss when he does his initial spin
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they're
yeah.
watching Waltzy, so you know that they're in the back and someone's like,
Moist
"He's
Esports-
spinning! We have to go to his POV!"
Having a
And they
rough start
flipped it so fast and
in
caught it
this
because they catch that spin right
Oh
there
my
when he hits
God!
it.
What? Oh my god!
So that's
Did he just
whoever
actually do
the
that?
observer was that was like, "We have to go to this
Oh my
POV." Shout out
God,
to
what
you
the
because that was
fuck?
sick.
He just hit
That's
a
so
fucking
good.
360.
I love it that you can literally see the mouse rotation,
Oh
like
my
him
God.
picking
Right?
up his mouse to keep
Yeah.
spinning it as he's going up.
Oh my
It's
God,
kind of
there's no
crazy.
shot they
Oh my
saw
gosh,
that.
I will
What the
say,
fuck?
after that had happened, literally for the rest of that day, no matter where I was, whether it was on stage, green, wherever, someone was playing
The
that
clip.
clip.
Oh, we watched
Someone
it 100 times.
Vicky, Genome, Rain Day, so everyone was watching that again and again and again. I like this, by the way, because this is also really this is a really great example of how the observers have improved. Like you just said it, Wig wasn't watching this. The observers caught this. That should be like the golden standard
Yeah.
for main broadcast observers. So huge shout out to the improvement they did at Champs.
It's funny you bring that up also too, Jay, because we said that's what I was talking about. Because actually, from this clip, when I went to go rewatch it, right, and like I love this from MT. Like, watch, he gives like the little finger, like he's like, "Look, I'm spinning."
Yeah.
He gives the finger. So that's what you were saying. I'm like, there was someone back up there, like he's spinning, switch it quick.
Yeah,
He's spinning.
because they're watching Waltzy. Because usually, I remember Rooted and AMA, and they're talking about like who they usually watch, and they try to watch whoever is gonna like get in the action. So Waltzy is the
Right.
frontliner; he's the entry guy. So you can see they're watching him, and then all of a sudden they just flip to MT, and he's spinning midair, and so you know that someone was like, "We gotta catch this," because what if he hits it, and then he does? Like, it's just
Real
great.
quick, we need to see. That's one. That's two. That's two spins. Then that's four. That's four spins. That's
Yeah.
4 spins. Okay, so I guess we gotta get the our numbers here. I don't know. I know it was recent, but this is crazy. This is like on land. This went viral on Twitter as well. Like Jake Sucky went and posted it
The
out.
Twitter moment
yeah.
elevates this one.
Yeah, then
elevates
after
it so far.
what's it called? The tweet underneath who's it? Kaylee Ray's tweet. He puts hey underneath it. The entire Apex community comes to say
I
thank you
remember
for
that.
thank you for saving me from a burning building. Like, right? So
Yep.
all in all, like the moment, like I know it's our
I
first
will-
clip. We're starting
Hold
hard.
on,
I'm giving it
hold
a
on,
9.
hold on.
You go.
I
Go
don't.
ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna take it down just a tad
Okay.
bit because if we're talking about the impact of
I
clips,
guess you.
I think I think this is one of the greatest highlights in terms of skill and the presence of a team. But I don't think, first of all, they were heavily in the top 10 at this point, leading dominantly, like top 3. Like they're going to walk out of this group stage completely fine. Nothing about this clip. They were in the heat of the moment. Like they were already going to win that game from that position. It was just kind of cheeky that, he goes up, gets the Kraber shot. It wasn't going to elicit any major change in whether or not they win that fight. So I think it's cool, but I'm a little bit more harsh. I'll put it down at like 7.
Okay. I like that you're what's it called? I like that you're really focusing on the what's it called? I'm keeping my 9. But I like that you're taking the what's it called into account.
I'm taking into account your 9. I'm saying
my
screw you.
You're keeping the criteria like there, like which is great.
I was gonna give it an 8.
thought.
I was already gonna give it an 8 before either of you said your numbers. I agree with Zephyr. Honestly, like had they been in a situation where they're not comfortably in the lead, or like secured winners, I don't think they ripped that clip. But at the same time, I think it's pretty sick because in every Apex highlight reel that will ever exist now, that moment's going to be in there. So
That's
I don't think it's like the top, but I do think it's a pretty cool moment.
Okay, I think you know what? I think you guys are convincing me to bring it down to an 8.5. I'll bring it down to 8.5. You're taking the average here? Okay, perfect. Thank you for doing this. I actually am horrible with
No worries.
sheets, and I forgot to set this up anyway. So
It's my entire job for a living, bro.
Awesome. Good. Perfect. Can you get the okay, that's a average of 7.8. Cool.
Yeah.
If you could also, I don't know if you could do it on the right side, but if you want to toss in the like the out of 30 total, that would also help. That'd be cool. Let's get both.
Oh,
The
You know what I
sum.
mean?
Sure. Yeah, I'll do a sum.
Like just
out of 30.
a sum out of 30. I know how to do that. I'm just like focusing on like this whole stream right
Don't
now.
worry,
so
I'll handle it. No worries.
I appreciate that. Then
Weirdo.
we'll set that up and then we'll go straight. Thank you.
I will say just ahead of time, me and Zephyr do have one clip that is the same.
Yeah, I did see that.
We
I did see
do?
that.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Well,
It's this one
Oh, I couldn't tell if you did or not.
right there.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
That's fine.
I put the YouTube link. Don't use Zephyr's link because he did Twitter and they decompress video files. So use
Okay,
my link.
okay, fine.
yeah,
fine.
but
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
notice the Twitter link he used? Jake?
It is me. I posted.
Your
it.
Twitter.
Can I just say that I was like,
impressions.
I was like, I know JHawk, I was like, I know you have it somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna load up the next one. In the meantime, let me know when you're done, like the something. Then after we could watch this together.
Okay, so I will say this clip is 2 in 1.
Yeah,
So
I know that.
It
the
is.
start and then the finish are 2 separate clips. So we'll start with Swinny here because that's the one I'm looking
Yeah.
at. So that's the third one down.
Of course, Suge already calling this a 7, or Sug already calling it a 7.
Okay. Kraber, it can do so much, but peekaboo. Oh, Swinny! No scope with the Kraber. Amphi's going to go in and try and finish off the damage as well. And E6 live for now. Is Swinny going to be swapped? Gets the shield swap. Gets the KP. Needs to stay alive. No, melee does it. E6.
His pop off is good too.
3 squads remain. Luminosity, who somehow found a
All right, that's good enough for now. We can pause.
Okay, we're just doing the one clip. Okay, I
We'll
thought we
do
were
the
doing
one
both of them.
first.
Yeah, and then we'll do the other one. So,
Okay.
yeah, good clip. You know, whenever I've asked the question a lot of times. Whenever I do say like, what are some of your favorite clips in all of Apex? People do bring this one up a lot. I think the melee makes it, the armor swap, the no scope.
Yeah, no scope Kraber, armor swap,
Yeah.
buy one blade. It has a little touch of like all the little details of Apex Legends, and like forever it's definitely gonna be like one of those moments that people always show off because it's like that's the highlight of skill in Apex. And then on top of that, as chat's pointing out, it's like Swinny absolutely explodes, and it's awesome because when Swinny has a solo moment, Swinny makes him look godlike, right? And I really appreciate that.
I also think the call, the Swinny, also makes it so good,
Mhm.
right? Like that adds to the
Great
clip.
cast,
Yeah.
great little moment, great Swinny. It's I love it a lot.
Jake?
Now, here's the only thing I will bring up about this clip is that I think it immediately gets overshadowed by the other clip
the next
that you have, Zephyr, because
This is true.
the moment that I feel like most people remember from this game is what happens immediately after this, even if the actual like gameplay clip that happens after this wasn't as impressive.
Yeah.
I feel like
Well,
that's the
you-
only
we're
thing that
not-
kind of brings
we'll
it down.
get to it in a second. We'll get to it.
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
second.
yeah,
But you know,
it's
I still think it's good.
it's good.
Is it?
It's
Is it clutch?
I definitely think it's good. I
Kinda.
definitely think it's good.
Did like what is this? This is winners bracket. Was that impactful for them? Like were they set for finals at this point?
Yeah, they were
Like,
good. They were good.
I think
were
they had already
very
won a
hungry.
game by that point, right?
Okay.
So like they were
Yeah.
probably
They were
they're
solid.
probably good.
Yeah, because I
Can
was trying
you,
to wonder.
by the
what
way,
was the
can you
impact of
can you show? Can you go back? How many people did Swinny actually like officially take out there in that?
I think only 2.
Yeah, they have 35 points by this point. Plus, this is only game 5, so
It's just 2. One's down. He gets the full thirst,
After he gets knocked.
and then he goes in here, and then he gets that.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know. I'd put it probably a 6.
You put a 6.
yeah, I was thinking 6.
I was thinking 5. I'm putting it there. It's just because like it's a great clip, and I just think there's gonna be some clips in here where I'm gonna be fighting for a 9 on them. I think. So this one, I think I have to put it like a little bit lower. So
Fine.
yeah. So like here, so 5, and then
I
Jay's
think
got
if
6.
If that was like a game-winning clip too, it might have been a little bit higher.
Mhm.
But unfortunately, the circumstance of the game, they didn't win it. So
Is your next clip? Oh, it's the exact same clip. We could link. We could just keep playing from this, right?
Yeah, you can just keep playing from that
Okay.
now.
All right, we'll just keep playing from this. Question: are we rating against all Apex clips or just the top 10? Realistically, I guess all, because if you're rating them against the top 10, then you might as well be rating against all. Like they're better than the. You know what I mean by that? Like, right? If they're better than the top 10,
You
they're
lost
better.
me on that, bro.
Well,
I have no
someone
idea what you're
someone in
talking
chat said, question: are we rating these clips against all Apex clips or just the top 10 clips? Well, if you're rating them against the top 10 clips, the top 10 clips are always already better than all other clips, right?
about. Yeah, I think I'm just going off of the like top 10 comp.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
not so much all Apex clips, because all Apex clips, like, there's some incredible moments that comp doesn't even touch on. That, like, I mean, you could put it at 10 there, but the contextualization of what we're seeing here is completely different.
I do
So-
have a lot of non-comp clips, but I think they're gonna like kind of carry their
but
weight.
usually,
for the iconic.
I think what Zephyr's saying is like he's not comparing this Swinny clip to like your
Yeah.
run-of-the-mill Fade highlight where
Yeah,
Fade
yeah,
just like
yeah.
styles on some kids in pubs
Mhm.
because like it looks cooler,
Yes.
but it's not like against the best players in the world, So
True. That is a good
Pressure, the reasoning, the like
Right.
the background that takes place because of it, what the outcome is. There's a lot of weight that exists beyond what is directly shown.
point. No.
yeah.
That's a good point. I see. The problem is my mind is literally all just so focused in ALGS. I actually forgot about like if you're asking like like Fade clips and such like that. Yes. Like or movement clips, top movement clips. All right. Good point. Okay, so we got the rank there. I closed it down. We were supposed to use that same link. Whatever. We're here. We'll.
All right.
My word, what
Now
a
we're-
play that was. Exit gone, and maybe now the door is open for Alliance, the European powerhouse, to come in and clean up. It's not so easy though. Smokes are down, and they get it. Alliance from top of the wheel. Get it done. Get on your chair. Mandy popping up.
That's good.
Some of the best Apex
I love that.
legends you will
I
All right.
actually love the photo that is associated with this. Have you guys? It's literally when I go to the ale, just like this right
of
here.
course.
Whenever I go
Mhm.
here, I love this photo. I've tried to use it for thumbnails, but like it doesn't work because people don't see his face. But like it's just a great photo. I'm trying to look for the actual thing when I pull it up. Like the photo associated with this
Oh,
moment is
that's
great.
not bad.
Yeah, it just people don't recognize him for some reason. But I think it's a great photo. Like,
Also, he's not on the desk in that.
yeah, he's
photo.
also not on the desk here, but at least he's
He's on
still
the
holding his
floor.
arms up. I just think this is a great capture photo. Like at this LAN, I don't know, it's like the most iconic one for me. This wasn't the LAN where like Rambo's got his hair all over the place. So, or is it?
I mean, this is one of those clips I put in there because it's like there's no skill here. Alliance didn't dominate this
Mhm.
Right.
fight super aggressively. They were handed foot going to win it. It's here because of that.
Yeah.
That
Right.
moment, that highlight, that has which never been replicated by any other player, right? It is a highlight that literally goes in the history books. And I just think that's so cool.
People stand on the desk now. Like I think Jen Burton did it twice.
Kashera
there's
did it.
Kashera, yeah, he did it. Like everyone does it, but it wasn't as electric as this moment Then after him getting pulled off the stage by this guy right here, like this guy walking.
Well,
like,
I mean, it's
come
dangerous.
here. No, we don't care. He's not. We're good. Just let him stay up there.
Yeah, I think personally, I think it goes beyond the actual quality of the play at that point. And I think I don't know, it's more meaningful to me than anything I've actually seen in game per se.
I think it's a clip that can like expand past people who are in the Apex bubble, right? Because like you can see these super cool moments of the game, but then when you see the like crazy reactions out of game, like everybody can relate to that, not just Apex fans.
Mhm.
So I feel like for like just the marketing of the game and like Mandy and his personality and Alliance and all these kind of things, it was really big. So that's why I was saying I think it overshadows even the clip before it, where the gameplay isn't as great in this one, but his reaction to the win is like it's just such an iconic like LAN memory now of Mandy on the table, you know?
Yeah, again the call from top of the wheel. I love that. Like it makes it really too. And then like the thing I was what was I gonna say was about it. Oh, we typically don't get a lot of like pop-offs in Apex. Like when you think about like how many games there are, there's so many times you'll see a team win and the camera cuts to them and they're just like little fist bumps here and there, right? So
Yeah, optic.
You know, yeah, like no emotion, just little fist bumps here and there.
Great
So
job, guys.
when you get something like that, right, it just it gives the emotion of what it feels like to win, but like win at a LAN on top of it, right?
Mhm.
So
Also for a team that was not in the top 10 prior to this game that
Oh.
got
Mhm.
into the top 10, it still is a win. Still is a
And-
winners bracket win.
And you add in the fact that like he's technically a sub, so he's
He's a
not on the
sub, that's right.
official roster, and he's popping off. The team's doing well. Like I just feel like every little added context just builds the moment. I'm gonna give it a 9.
oh
Personally.
wow. You're
I'm
giving
going
it a
high on this
9.
one.
I gave it an 8.
It's crazy that I was gonna, as everything I do love about the moment, I was gonna give it like a 7.5. This one, I know I'm throwing halves out here. I'm
Bro,
complicating
throws
the numbers.
halves in here for
Yeah.
no reason. How
No,
dare you?
I need to complicate it.
My
Why
numbers
not?
clean, bro.
No. Why are you having trouble with just adding them up?
No, the computer does that quite well, I will admit.
Yeah. No. I just I need the halves because I just feel like there's gonna be clips that all of us, there's gotta be some clips on here where all of us agree it's like a 9 or a 10. That's why.
Okay.
So and the only reason why is when I think of, like you said, like the skill of it, like everything like that, it's not as good of a clip on those side of things. It's the moment of like the hype and how good it was that keeps it out of like the 8, 9, 10, or keeps it high up, but like out of the 8, 9, 10 range for me. So
Sure.
these are, like I said, I'm using completely absolute factual rationale when I make these
Yeah,
claims.
that's how these opinion-based rankings
Yeah.
always go.
aren't they great? What is
I'm
this?
also just super biased to when players have cool reactions because it makes the video so much cooler,
So
dude.
that's
Doing like an intense, dramatic intro for Optic, and it's like the story that's being built by the casters. They win the game, and then they're literally like that. It just kind of
That's
brings
like-
down the moment. It's where like the dojo video where I'm showing them winning a contest and designs.
design screen. I
Like,
know.
it's so much cooler, you know. So,
even
I
in my
love it.
most recent vid with what's it called with yeah, like the contest of what's it called of Alliance versus Dojo. You got Dojo standing up and screaming,
Yeah,
5-1
bro.
on land, 5-1 on land. But yeah, like again, like we watched her optic video. It's just fist bumps all around. They're about to create the fastest land win in history, and just
Yeah.
fist bumps all around.
Which is why it was cool that, like, well, I mean, this is an aside. I was just gonna say it's cool that
Right.
Greek mentioned that they are calm, cool, collected, jobs not done, because that kind of made it okay that they did that in the moment. But anyway,
Yeah. Suganami, thank you for gifting a sub to Zephyr. Appreciate that. You're the GOAT, man.
I'll have to tune in next time, and I'm not even following. Hold on, let me.
wow,
Let me
gonna
follow.
appear on the
How
stream and not even
could
follow.
you? It's okay. Do you know how many people on Twitter that like I feel like I've talked to in the past or interacted with, and I go to ask them something, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't even follow them. Like I can't. They're gonna see I follow them and DM them in this moment. It happens way too often.
I'm not. I don't spend a lot of time on Twitch.
Yeah.
Crazy shocker.
Real quick before we move on though, were you at? How many lands have you been to, Zephyr? Like you were at Rally Champs. I know that. I remember you talking about that.
Raleigh champs and this champs
So
are the
just
only
champs.
2 Apex lands I've ever been to.
Okay.
Because I was only added onto the roster for casting ALGS this year.
Yeah.
Every other land I've done has been just like out of pocket for fun.
Okay. I see. I should have got someone that had more land experience. Damn.
Okay.
I'm
All
kidding.
right.
I'm kidding.
Dude, this hang up button is like looking fresh as fuck, bro.
No, please. All right, on to the next clip before it goes anywhere. I'm just building up for our fight that you asked for.
Of course.
Here, JHawk.
I definitely, by the way, I didn't watch this at all. I literally just copy pasted the link and said, that's probably it.
This is definitely the moment you're looking for. I mean, we could have watched JHawk's whole video on it right now if we wanted to.
That's true. I did
Nice little
run
6-minute
into that
video.
while looking for it.
Yeah. Oh, people are already okay. People are throwing intense. Let's watch it. Let's watch it.
To this for 3 KP and 3 more
I muted.
placement points. It's the CEO
Right.
versus the model. Yuki's an absolute monster, but Hal's better. He's gonna fry. Doesn't take any damage. Hal is perfect, but Yuki turns it around.
No
Get
way.
up, finish the shots. No. Yuki play the knockdown, and Hal's gonna melt him again.
Oh, he's playing along them. He punches him away. He gets the extra space. He punches him again. Duke it out. You just need the fist.
He's playing with his food, Vicky. He's playing with his food.
He's won.
But he's 1 HP.
No, he's trying to punch him.
He was out of ammo. Was he out of ammo?
Uh,
Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Yuki clinches up against Hal in a 1v1. How did he do that? What did we
Can I just
see?
say, while this is happening, it annoys the heck out of me how many fan shots happen immediately after this moment. This is nothing on anybody specific, but this crazy moment happens. Just show me the players. Like, I don't like, just keep it on them for at least 20 seconds or something. Like,
So
show me
many times.
TSM, show me Alliance, then go to the fans after all that.
Yeah.
Just one little part that annoyed me about this whole clip.
oh, man.
People literally ask in my videos, they're like, why don't you hold on to the camera angle of like the teams more often? I'm like, cause it doesn't exist. Like,
Yeah.
I'm watching fans. But
Yeah, I don't know. It's something that continues to evolve as everyone like
yeah,
gets used to. I mean, people forget like esports engine. This is the first time working with Apex and this specifically and other things. And
Yeah.
Yada 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 yada. But
They have
I
gotten
still
way
do
better
respect
since this moment too. They actually
sure.
always
Absolutely.
For
lock
sure.
onto the
Absolutely.
teams.
for sure. No, yeah, they've done really good, and they always have like the team. That,
Shug.
pretty
Oh, I was
often they
about
have
to-
the team that wins it.
yeah.
I was a little bit annoyed. Yeah, so I don't think it was bias casting. I just didn't like the like. I
All
really-
Out forgot that he didn't forget. He didn't realize that Hal had
No
no,
ammo.
ammo. So
No
he
ammo.
legitimately thought that Hal was teasing Yuki in
Yeah.
the moment.
Yeah, and that's what it was. And I think when it comes down, like, okay, the clip of the what happens is great. I guess I take a lot of pride in like the caster call moments, and I think that's a big part of it because like I make the videos, and same way Jay's saying, like, you know, the pop offs help the video. The caster call moments make the video so much better. And he's playing with his food. It's like, no, he just has no ammo. Like, that one always makes it bad for me. I have troubles watching the clip. But
I'll say this. As a caster, this is a very hard clip for me to watch because by and far, it is one of the coolest moments in Apex to have a strict 1v1 with one of the greatest players of all time up against another fantastic member within our community, Yuki, right? And I just, it is sullied just ever so slightly by the bias. The energy's there. It's great. You know, it's play-by-play casting, etc. But I cannot listen to that clip without seeing the inherent bias
Mhm.
in it as I am listening to it. And that does bring it down, even though I think the moment itself is so, it's like, I love 1v1s like that. The cast is just a slight twinge against it.
Yeah, like, like I don't even know what he said exactly, but he says something about Yuki. He's like, but Hal's better, and Hal loses the fight. Like, so.
That's the crazy thing too. It's like, oh,
The thing that I dislike about the call is I think that Fallout's intention with all his words were pure, but it was just like really easy to misinterpret everything he was saying because I think he was focused on too much. He's trying to build the story by talking about how like Yuki the model, Hal the CEO, but also he's trying to call it at the same time. So when he says Hal is better, I think what he really is attempting to say is that Hal initial damage and not taking any in return. But then he says that to just try and like smush it together, and then everybody's like, oh, like what are you saying, you know? And so I think it brought the moment down a little bit because I think he was trying to do too much in that moment.
I do think Hal also would have won the fight if he had ammo. Because he does. He's like you said, like
Yeah.
he does most damage
Yeah.
without taking it back. Like the running out of
Absolutely.
ammo was the issue there. So
Hal
he wasn't
also-
wrong with what he was
He
saying.
also like sprayed a full clip into a purple knockdown shield for like no reason. Like he
There's-
didn't need to do. It's a purple knockdown. Like you shouldn't be spraying a clip into it, but whatever.
There's what's it called? It was a different moment, but I love when like it was a moment recently where he's like shouting at not being able to find any light ammo, and someone took it and edited every time he went into a box had like 200 light ammo, and he didn't pick anything up, and he ran away from it after. That's good. Hal and light ammo. That's the biggest 1v1 out there.
I think it still stands though as probably the most memorable clip for me in Apex for a very long time.
Oh really?
It definitely I think it's the best clip ever. No, but when I think of the factors of what exists within Apex that I will remember years from now, like I might forget the buy one blade eventually, right? Or I might forget some of these other minor plays, but I will never forget the Hal versus Yuki 1v1. And while yes, there is some slight tarnish to it in the very utter specifics, it's still a great moment. It's still something that everyone always brings up. I literally can't go to a single casting event without the Hal versus Yuki 1v1 ever being discussed. And because of that, I'm going to give it a 9.
Okay. Jay,
9.
what are you
Whoa.
thinking, Jay?
I was gonna give it a 7. I feel like it is a great clip, but I think that, and this is just the reality of like what happens later in the split one playoffs, but I think it gets way overshadowed by the ending. I thought it was the most memorable moment from that LAN until we have the TSM Ascend moment that happens later, which we'll talk about, down the road. And so if the weight of that moment didn't happen, I think it'd be a little bit higher. Plus, like I said, the fan shots, the cast, and there's just like all these kind of little tiny things that brought it down for me a little bit. I still think it's super memorable. And the fact, I do agree that like, if you just say Hal versus Yuki, everyone knows what this clip is. If you say Case when he buy one blade, I don't know if everybody knows that moment, you know? A lot of people do, but I don't know if everybody does. So
Right.
I still think it's amazing, but yeah, I'd give it a 7.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit more in line with Jay. I what's it called? I have a little bit of like a, I guess kind of like a personal, I wouldn't say bias, I don't know what the word is, but like, I think a big thing is I didn't actually see this live. I'm not gonna lie, and not seeing it live in the moment, like I didn't see it for a couple days, and like obviously I was like, oh my god, that's crazy, but like it didn't give me like, maybe it was because I didn't see it live. Then on top of it, like the cast, it didn't give me that feel of like, oh, this was,
I will say,
absolutely insane, right?
live, it felt like the greatest clip that Apex had ever produced.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, that's why I made that video. I literally made it immediately after
Yeah,
the
you
moment
did.
happened that night.
I mean, that in itself is the reason why, like, I still sit at 9, and it's just the fact that we've had the time to look at it the hundreds of times now over that we can
Yeah,
even
I'm gonna
really
bump
discuss against it.
Now that you say that, I'm gonna bump it up to an 8 actually, because I remember the way I felt live. It was crazy. I remember I was like, my heart was racing while the play was happening. You know, I'm gonna give it an 8.
That's funny. That's funny because like for that reason that I didn't see it live, and then like all the other reasons that you kind of were mentioning there before, Jay, like just in the fact that like the call, the cast, I think like there's things that are gonna overshadow it as we see it later on, and then like from things that happened at previous lands that I feel like stand out more to me as like good 1v1s or good 1v2 moments. We'll get to those in like later on. I know the clips are in there. For me, I want to keep this one at a 7. That's where I would put it. I think if I saw it live, I think my mind would change. But like, yeah, for me, I'm going to keep that at a 7. So we have 7, 8, 9 here. It's still a good clip though. Nonetheless, that's going to be one of the top ones up there probably.
I think so. Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. Everyone's, a bunch of people are dropping follows right now. We got Yule, Hodge, Astral. Thank you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. Liberal Kitten? Is that Little Bear Kitten? Sorry. Anyways, let's see. What is this one? Oh, okay. Yeah.
This is What do you mean? What is this one? This one's
Because I saw
iconic.
the
icon.
What
I
is
saw the
this one,
thumbnail. I saw the
bro?
thumbnail. I saw the
Yeah, yeah,
thumbnail.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Bro,
Man,
that's the official snipe down
Yeah, I
thumbnail. Come
know.
on, bro.
The best way to watch this is in my TSM
Zephyr.
documentary. I got everyone's POVs flying around here. You see every single point of view of this fight.
Oh, by the way, but I'm just gonna say it so that like later you don't like beat your head about it. We do get like slight like laggy feeds on your stream when you're not on Discord specifically.
Oh,
Just
okay.
so just so you know for the video when you're editing and you look back, if you're not explicitly clicked in on Discord as your OBS, we get super choppy.
Oh, I see that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to deal with it. I have no
Wink,
other
wink.
way to get into cams in here.
There is.
There is.
I could explain it to you, but it would take it like we'd have to take like a 10-minute recess.
I think for today this will be good.
I
It's
I
good
just
for
want to
me,
let you know just so
but-
in case later you can like that's fine.
Yeah, I think for this time it'll be good for me. Next time I'll ask you how to do this, like how to do it properly. You know, it's all a learning experience for me over here with the streaming.
No worries, no worries. I was just like I'm just giving you it because later you're gonna be like, oh man, all these are like super choppy when you can just fix it by clicking on Discord.
Oh, okay. Oh, I have to click on Discord and it will.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay.
you're directly pulling from that feed, and so when you click away to something else like a clip, you're no longer on Discord.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see
It
what you're
drops
saying.
the frame rate.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll do that.
That's
No,
all.
Thank you for
That
letting
is
me know.
all.
Listen, the
No
way
worries.
my thought process now that I clicked on Discord though, everyone's twitching out. Like is what I see.
Exactly.
But
Don't
I clicked
worry.
on Discord.
I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna record the Discord screen on my OBS.
Awesome.
See?
Then I'll just
I got you.
enjoy it.
JHawk's so fucking friendly.
Appreciate that.
All right,
boys.
now let's get to the best clip of all time. Go.
Listen,
go
the
play.
way that
Just play
I
it.
I will. The way that I believe in what's it called? Streaming is I'm like, I'm gonna just start and then figure it out later. That's my philosophy.
fair.
So let me see here. I just gotta pull this back up and then let me do this here. Actually, hold on, wait. I want to rewind here. This isn't far back enough.
Okay, yeah.
I wanna go from right here.
You just want to re-experience it. No worries.
It's a great clip.
Okay.
I got it.
Pop in Opix out. I'm not gonna get it though.
I'm dropping another one.
Peeking above us. Watch height.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to res him, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna watch for you.
Do you have any nades?
I'm
You want
throwing a
nades?
nade up.
You
I'm
want
throwing a
nades?
nade up. I'm throwing another nade up.
I'm sticking it. Watch the front door.
You dropped on wall?
But you just gotta live here. You just have to live here,
Okay.
Sype.
This is just so good.
Above us, peeking. I think I bubble left.
Bro.
I think I bubble. Play on me. Play on me. Caustic.
Down, Caustic!
Give me.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No fucking way! No fucking way! Oh my god!
Okay.
Bro!
I do think
Down two people meleeing him!
You don't even know what I just.
Bro! Oh my fuck! Yeah, baby!
I love Snipe's reaction too. Like
It's
he's going
insane.
crazy.
It's one of
He's going crazy.
it's so good.
Yeah, this is a, I don't know, like there's so many great clips. This has got to be, I think, at least top 3. The thing for me, the only thing that actually takes this clip down a notch is they were like in the lead by far, or they were like tied for in this. Was this champs? This was champs, right? Did I remember? I think this was.
This
no,
was the online champs, right?
Yeah, the online champs, the NA champs,
Way back.
and they were
Where they got like 3rd or something.
It
I
was
can't
them
remember
and
where they placed.
C9. C9 was like 10 points ahead of them. Then it was them.
Yeah.
But they had a chance. They were like in a they were in a 1v1, like 2 squads left alive, and they lose. And then the next game after that, Kungurno wins. And it's just like, if they won the tournament with this clip in there, like, oh my god, undoubtedly, I think it would be greatest.
Still though,
But
like
yeah,
even
I'm pretty
even
sure,
without
too-
the context.
I'm pretty sure too that Kungarna is one of the, like, they're the ones getting hit by
Yeah,
snipe.
it
It's
is.
like,
It is.
I
It
talked
is.
to Vane and he was like, nobody remembers that I was the one that I'm just like getting destroyed. And I was like,
Good.
I'm gonna remind people that that's you, Vane. I'm gonna let them know.
You actually see right here KNG Onmu, KNG Onmu right there.
Yeah, so you can see too in the kill feed. TSM
Yeah.
snipe down. He kills Vane with the Ravens by melee. Yeah.
They're Vane in the kill feed.
There's so many good memories about this clip, and it's
Yeah.
like the biggest thing that I love about this clip is like looking back, obviously in the moment, just insane, right? And for
Yeah.
that reason, it's gonna rate high for me. But like also like right now, just looking at it, it's so cool to see this and just think about all the little details and how much it has changed over the years.
Yeah.
Like we don't have you no longer can revive anymore, right? Like that. Everyone's always gonna have weapons for the future. The meta has horrifically changed for better or worse, and like this current format that what we see here, especially with the Gibraltar bubble, which personally I think was one of my favorite comp metas of all time, no longer exists, no longer holds any presence anymore, right? The difference between point blank beamage being a high presence currently in the game versus back then where you could have the time to pull something like this off with the defensive options, like you won't see that anymore, right? Like someone's gonna just walk up with an SMG and you get one clipped. I don't know. It makes me nostalgic, and it also it just goes to show the level of skill behind it as well at the same time.
I agree. It was,
It's also like one of the
Go
most iconic moments ever. Like anytime you ever put a post out there, like I've seen Zephyr's post on Twitter. I've seen when you've done it for your previous videos.
Yep.
Somebody always says snipe down Bloodhound Axe, like every time without fail.
Yeah.
in the most recent video, I didn't have this one because it was in the first video. No, sorry. I didn't have it in the first video. And the first video was just about LAN. And the comments were just like, how did you forget that? I'm like, because this video is about LAN. And they're like, how did you forget that? I'm like, I promise you, I'm not forgetting it. I love the clip. I think also too, what I'd have to add to this clip is so everyone focuses on snipe down because it's two melee kills coming out of the thing.
Crazy.
Reps goes crazy. Hal also goes crazy. So that's why I had to go get like because I edited it all together. I don't think you would see it anywhere like this. But like, look at how much damage Hal's arc stars do here. He gets one down. He fries through the smoke here. Then after he doesn't really do much. So he gets 2 kills there. Then snipe down drops down and gets the 2. And then Reps was a tick away from dying.
1 health. Literally 1.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the bitrate is like destroyed.
That's fine. Good.
Look, he's in caustic smoke. He's in caustic gas. Look at his HP. I'm pretty sure I make it full screen at some point too. Yeah. There is no HP on this screenshot. Right, there is no HP there. What? Like, and he wins it.
I don't know whether to give this a 9.5 or a 10.
That's what I'm saying. It's tough. I have Albert Laley was the only person that had Reps POV, I think, that was saved. So this is the only, like, Albert Laley you'll see in a moment was the only place I could look how many times I replay it. I mean, this is my first video, but I replay it like 18 times. I had a friend review this video with me, and he's like, I think you should take that out. And I was like, maybe it is too long. I never took it out. I replayed it every single time. How could you not? I want to see if we can see how much ammo he had, but we can't. No, but yeah, it's just crazy. It's real good. I think, okay, Astral is saying Zephyr, you got to give it a 10. Everyone's saying easy 10. Peak Apex. Okay, well, let's start with Jay this time because I think you gave your number last time first, Zephyr. So Jay, you give your number first, then we'll go Zephyr, then we'll go back to me.
I'd give it a 10.
10.
I think it's like not only is it one of the most iconic moments, but also like we can't deny the fact that it's TSM, which elevates that moment so much to like if there was any clip that the rest of the world would see from Apex, it would be a TSM clip. And at the time, like this was the moment. I think obviously since then we've had a lot more moments, but like at that point, like this was the craziest comp clip that probably had ever existed. And so I'd give it a 10.
I already put 10 down.
You already put 10 down?
I already put 10 down on the sheet, bro.
Just because it's early and we still got a lot of clips to go through, to not give a clip right now a perfect 30, I'm going 9.5. And then after, when we come back to it, when we rate, like we'll take the 3 highest clips and let's see like which one of them wins at the end. That's what we'll do. So I'm putting 9.5 just for that purpose. Just for that purpose. Yeah,
Keep it
people
interesting.
people
You'll
are
keep
not
it interesting for the next hour, and
people
then
are
we'll
not happy
fix
about
it.
that. Suge, I what's it called? I can't control them. I unfortunately, like, it's just Twitch has got auto ads. I'm trying to find a good what's it called? Good schedule with it and sort it out. I apologize, man. But yeah, if it is too much, there are the YouTube stream as well. Let's go straight to the next one. We gotta fly through these. I thought we were gonna be like literally like 2 hours, but these are all just such good clips. We're already an hour in here.
We can do speed run later.
Yeah.
Four clean, Hardecki
They're definitely, my clips will be able to go through probably pretty quick.
still alive, and I like how you said.
Actually, you know what I'll do here? I'll skip ahead because I know that this clip is quite long.
Yeah, there's it's. I will say it's literally just so much of this game.
But this is looking like a very, very tough road for Hardecki. But if anyone can do it, Hardecki can. He stood in the center of zone. Nobody's looking at him.
This is definitely an iconic one. Another one that people talk about all the time.
He can jump back into the void and maybe survive for a few more seconds, but no! He doesn't want to survive, he wants to kill everyone!
He just wants extra KP. Hardecki's just taken down 2. Hasn't got the KP just yet. The knocks need to be finished. They will be finished. 2 extra points given to Gambit. Top 4 now.
Who's casting this right now? Who's that?
He stared at everyone in the lobby
That's
and said,
Gaskin.
"I
That's
dare
Gaskin
you
and
Is that
Onset.
Gaskin?
take me down."
Oh.
Gambit somehow-
Onset's there too, yeah.
I don't know if it's something about the, what's it called? The mic. He sounds so different compared to,
He sounds a little higher pitched right
Yeah.
there.
That's what I mean.
It's probably microphone. Just knowing.
Make me question myself once more as he's taken down to around 50 HP, still alive, somehow or other. Let's see
Man.
France on one side of the map as well.
Seat to France and
At the moment,
overrated on the
I think
other
Hardecki's
side.
just trying to
Man,
hope that
oh
he can
man.
bait these two teams into fighting before he tries to complete the miracle run.
This was
here
year
for
2,
Gambit
right?
And maybe pop up to win the game.
Like, this wasn't this past year. Yeah, this is, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
this
it was
has to be
year 2.
pretty. This is be pretty far away
Gambit
back again
somehow
because
still
Gambit
there
was
and
still
kicking
part
his
of
ball.
That's why
ALGS.
he's- that's why I was like, Gambit was definitely not here last year.
Gambit was not here last year at all.
Hardecki could be in this moment, but Hardecki is shredding every single time one of them pokes him. If Hardecki plays this correctly, if he can be in a position to kind of force Lecite de France to engage first, it is entirely still winnable, even though it is unlikely.
These two teams are going to fight first as well. You see how the zone is moving, and you see the portal come in from Lecite de France. Joke's going to be taken down to barely any HP. He's going to have to pop a battery as well. Hardecki is still alive here for Gambit. And this is looking like all of a sudden it might be a slightly more winnable
Zik,
situation than previously.
hiding on the side. I remember that there's, they start pushing him, but then something happens that, like, they disengage. Oh, no. This is just
No, they just go for the fight.
Yeah, they just go for the fight.
All he's playing for realistically is top 2, but certainly will have his sights on the first place.
Well, here comes the ape, and there comes the Nox. Lecite de France get the first one. Joke is trying to connect with the second as well. Lecite de France will pick up the kills they need necessary to at least secure that second place. But here comes Hardecki, the one-man army. Is he going to be able to pull off one of the craziest plays we've ever seen in the ALGS? Of course he is. Hardecki is built different.
Hardecki is built different.
Dang, man. It's a good clip.
It's great. I think it's funny because of the fact that like, I actually did, like, again, an iconic moments video of Apex, right? And at the beginning, I couldn't choose which Hardecki clip to put, so I put 4 Hardecki solo wins in there. There's 4 of them, I think. Or
Yeah,
at least 3.
there's so many.
Like,
There's like it goes far back as winner circuit, year 1 of ALGS. The dude was dropping wins.
he gets
crazy.
a character buff when his teammates die. Something like that, man. Like,
I don't know where to start with this clip. I feel like you said, it's kind of just like there's so many Hardecki one man army moments, and like even from this most recent split, I still remember some, and the crazy thing, the reason I think ultimately that I picked this one the most too was because this is previous EMEA winners that they're going up against. Lecite de France had just come off the back end of winning EMEA, I think, offline. So those are your previous champions right there as well. And so I mean, it's incredible enough to see in Pro League someone win. It's even more incredible when they do it alone.
see, I didn't know that. That's why you're our resident EMEA expert. That's why we got you.
If
Jay,
you've
what do you
noticed,
think?
there's been a lot of EMEA clips in mine.
I think it's a good clip. I also think it's a little overrated personally. I don't think that in today's Apex this would ever happen the way it did, because a team would be like, "That's a rat. Let's just kill him and secure second, or third, or whatever." Like I remember the first guy that he shoots, like when they're leaving the big tower right there. I am shocked that Crypto didn't just like turn and go kill him, like, which is just a circumstance of the moment. And also, it's a little unfair to the clip itself, but like personally, I thought the Zane moment at Split One playoffs as a one-man army moment was so much cooler than this, even though Zane didn't win. So I still think it's good, but I think it hasn't aged super well in my mind, personally.
Still, it's just in the moment.
Yeah.
too,
Yeah, and
is how I
it's
look back
also,
at it a
I
little bit.
didn't watch this moment live, so that probably affects it too. So I don't have the nostalgia that some people do for it. It's still a great clip though.
I was clicking through here. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. You go first.
I was just gonna say I agree though, it is a product of its time, but I still think it holds its weight in influencing the opinion of Hardeki more than anything.
That is true.
I think
He is like idolized because of this
Yeah.
moment.
like never forget, not just this moment, but all of the one-man army moments from Hardeki, especially in early years. While, like you just said, product of its time, and it's not as easy to pull this off anymore. And even Hardeki has his challenges and still has great highlight 1v3 moments, but doesn't quite pull this off anymore. Hardeki is Hardeki today because
Yeah.
of these instances, because
I
of
would
these
agree.
memories that people share about him and the Gambit roster within the first few years of the ALGS. And I think that holds its influence, albeit maybe not so much that this clip itself is amazing. I still think it holds its weight, right? Because the Hardeki that we see today, or at least in my opinion, ever since the Ukraine war, obviously has been a different Hardeki, and one that has obviously faced the challenges that come alongside that, right? But I still think these are important as a result.
No, you guys both bring up like great points. I think like to Jay saying like you know, like this wouldn't happen today. A big reason for that, now not anymore. But we had Seer for an entire year, and like you couldn't rat. So I guess that goes back to like it's a product of his time. It's
Well-
only possible because of its time, right? Because like that's what I was
I'm
clicking
even
around
talking
here.
like out of the Seer meta, like right
Yeah.
now. If this happened right now, because I just think that the mentality for competitors has changed so much that so many more people are willing to play for second, if that makes sense, or play for third. And I don't know if this would have happened in this moment, because I don't feel like either team necessarily had a bad position, but I do think that there's just a lot more emphasis on like, if they know that's a rat, they're just gonna go kill him to ensure that they get the placement for it, you know?
Yeah. All around, like if I had to even think about our Hardeki clutches, though, again, this could be because I didn't watch it live and I watched the other one live. I think Hardeki versus Optic, even though he doesn't even full wipe them, just Hardeki versus Optic on their contest at Mill. I don't know if anyone has that clip in here. Actually, I didn't include it, but Hardeki versus Optic, their contest at Mill. It was at LAN. Optic at that time was arguably seen as the best team in the world. There's at Champs as well, and Hardeki like takes them on his own. I think that even, like, at least for me, that stands out as Hardeki's better, solo man army clip. Still think it's a good clip. I think compared to what we're going to be seeing, though, if I had to throw a number in here, I'm putting this at like a 6. I know, maybe it's low, but I'm throwing that down as a 6.
I was gonna give it like a 7.5.
I was gonna give it a
I would put it
7.
I would put it lower, but I do agree with the point that like Hardeki's legacy is so attached to these moments. And like even when I made my Fire Beavers video and I called it the Grim Reapers of the ALGS, so many people were like, nah, Hardeki's the Grim Reaper of the ALGS.
Yeah. And
you know, so
Hal gives him
that's
that
why
name.
it's 7.5. Yeah.
Not
So
Hal,
I would give it a
Hal's
7.5.
Wig gives him. Although I just because you guys convinced me, I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7 out of that. One time, I'll let you guys convince me there. Cool.
All right, decent.
Jumbo and JHawk, yeah, appreciate that, Tinder. Everyone's been asking for the JHawk Jumba collab. I find it funny. Sometimes people ask it, and I'm like, I wonder if they realize that me and Jay actually like even talk to each other, or if they just think that we don't even know, like we're not aware of each other or something like that.
Or that like
people don't
we have
understand that
collabed before.
Yeah,
I was
or
gonna say, people
that
don't
too.
understand that like everyone talks behind the scenes in
Yeah.
Apex. Like there is no like if you show an interest in ALGS and you are a part of it in any form or factor, eventually people know who you are, right? And eventually you are invited and you talk and you chat, you become friends. I will say for this clip that you're about to watch, by the way, use JHawk.
That's what I was doing.
The link
That's
right
why
there.
I
You're showing
that's
all
why
the
I
names on
revealed it.
stream, by
I
the
know I
way.
revealed the stream names here real quick.
I clicked on it. I clicked on
Oh,
it.
you got it. Wait. Oh, that's the one. Okay.
The pink one. The pink
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I got it here. We got this. What was I going to say? Yeah, the other one I like is when people are like, I like that you and JHawk get along and talk to each other and support each other rather than like being enemies since you make similar content. I'm like, why would I want to make enemies?
Why would we be? Why would we be?
Why would I want to make enemies with anyone? It makes no sense.
I know. I
There's
don't
like
know,
not
guys.
enough
It's,
people that talk about ALGS on YouTube, so why would we be? We're
It's
like
so
2 of like
true.
5 people that do it.
I remember the first time I saw like one of your videos pop up was the free agency one. I was working. I was like, oh, I'm like, there's someone else doing it now. I can talk like about YouTube and this stuff with someone. It's too.
I will
good.
say, if you guys start casting though, it's death on sight.
It's war.
It's fucking war, bro.
I'm
I'm gonna go straight to the top and say I want Zephyr's spot. I want his. I want him out, and I want to be in there.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh yeah, really funny. Dude, that sounds so funny, bro.
Zephyr just loses his job.
Okay.
All right. This is a great one. I might have to pull up my video for this one too. I don't know. I got a little bit of an ego on that though. Sorry guys. Let's play it. I don't think we need the video.
North America in the final circle.
Man,
And someone's going to have to take down one of their regional friends if they want this tournament to keep going.
XS going to go for the Q up here on
Oh,
TSM.
they got Wigs
this could be
POV
the
in
play of
here.
the tournament here.
Holy shit, this is not going to be good Greek.
I don't think they're
I
not
love
expecting
Greek
it.
calling that.
Now TSM will be forced off a fight, and they might get pushed here because there will be a grab lift behind them. They're going to get queued behind, and it's Exen! It's Exen!
Meanwhile.
Yeah, they're 4-3 up there.
Yeah.
Great countdown.
They take out TSM! And here comes Space now! Looking to clean up the pieces!
This.
FaZe are your champions here in Game 6!
A few moments later.
Oh yeah. Scurry, thank you for the Horizon Q.
See how you opted not to talk?
Play the fifth.
He didn't want to hurt your feelings?
What else are they saying? MP. Just wanted to see like what they were talking about. Yeah. They got that there.
No.
Clip. You want to talk stopping in the moment and being like, "Oh, I got to go make a video or something." Like I was watching JHawk stream and I was freaking out, man. I was screaming. I dropped everything and started writing a script for this video. I literally in the moment. It was crazy.
Out of every moment in ALGS history, this is the one where my heart was like pounding out of its chest. Like just the moment of like TSM is the reigning champs. They're about to potentially win again. DZ got eliminated way earlier in the video. TSM is on God's spot. Like all the possible things that could be like in this moment. Followed with then I see XSET go up. I started freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, like XSET's going up. And then to find that clip after too, because in the moment you're like, wait, how did FaZe get up there? Like they don't have Horizon. And then all the things packed in to just ensure that TSM doesn't win. I felt like this clip embodied like what it means to stop a team from winning match point. Like this is the clip that shows that.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, Zephyr, you go, and then I'll talk.
I think the one thing though about it that does kind of pull away from at least the criteria that we've been looking at is that in the moment it's a great clip because obviously TSM doesn't win and we go one more game, right? And we're in the situation where we're literally seconds away from thinking, God, there's no way that TSM can win another major international title for the third time in a row at this point, right? And instead that happens. The added information that we find out after the fact, that it's the extended Horizon queue, the shared potential as FaZe goes up, that's stuff that we don't actually learn in the heat of that clip in that moment, right? You have to be like one of the most observant individuals with the right perspectives on to know in that moment what makes this clip even more special. It was only after the fact that we have people like you, JHawk, and so many more, and obviously the players themselves come out and say, hey, I didn't have Horizon here. I needed this queue, and Scurry made that happen, right? That isn't information that at face value was available. And as a result, I don't think the clip is that high. Like, I guess in the criteria that I'm currently looking at, in the moment, it isn't as high of a clip. It's just after the fact, once you have the information, that it pushes up there.
Well,
Also,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
even after the fact too, DZ and TSM at that point were the only two teams on match point. If this got one more game and Xset, FaZe, or Oxygen proceeded to win because it got extended one more game, that would have made it even more legendary. But DZ ends up winning in the end. So like, all it really did was help DZ, right? It opens the door for them. Like it gave the other teams a chance, but it would have been crazy if the whole reason that that like Xset wins or something was because of this moment and TSM getting eliminated. But also the unfortunate reality that like all the haters love to point out in the comments of when I posted that tweet is that the Horizon Q actually doesn't even affect TSM.
Yeah,
Xset killed them anyway. If TSM had won the fight and then FaZe going up there
They get a
prevents
reset,
it,
doesn't matter. TSM
yeah,
wins no matter what, right?
right. And so it could have made it more legendary if TSM had won the fight, but because Xset killed them anyway, it does take away from the moment a little bit.
Yeah.
It does. Nonetheless, it would have been a nail in the coffin. I don't think TSM would have reset, and when that like FaZe goes up there and kills them undoubtedly, right? It'd be very difficult for TSM. I shouldn't say it'd be impossible, but they definitely have the ability to do that.
I always saw this. The fact that we're still discussing this moment when it is literally just a highlight of not a win, not a major champs win, no major victory, no trophy earned, no nothing, even if we look back and there's little decisive moments that kind of say here or there and we him and haw over it, we're still talking about it, right?
Yeah.
It's still a moment in ALGS history that we look back on and say, do you guys remember when Scurry dropped the Horizon Q and had that impact? And it was like,
I think,
like JHawk said, it's a great example of why match point format is so great, and it's one of the few moments where you actually see the metagaming that goes behind match point format more than just, oh well, we have to do well this game.
Yeah,
I think it's like also the only notable grief to ever happen to a match point team. Like obviously some other ones have happened, like Ascend lands at Optic, right? But this is like end game griefing. Like they had it in the bag and all three teams were like, nope, we gotta grief them.
There's one more. Well, I'll have it later on in my clips that I think that game influenced this game and now how it happened. It was in a regional final. We'll go through, but
I haven't even thought about regional finals to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But like, so what's it called? I could be biased here. I've watched this game, and like you said, like it's like stuff that comes after the fact. But it's like, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about just Scurry throwing the Q, or are we talking about the entire moment that this is, right? And if you take that into account, you gotta look at the whole game. I've watched this game from every single POV, and I made that video about it where I called it the greatest game in Apex history. So I think it'd be a little disingenuous for me now to not put this moment at a 10, at least by my standards, because you want to talk iconic, like. Everyone metagames now in a way because of the what happened in this game. So Xset knew that was TSM or DZ on high ground because earlier on in the game they saw the comp and they saw the skins that they were wearing. They knew that where they were standing from. TSM gets their position simply because Energy didn't have a beacon and they had to run away. So TSM was able to fortify that position the entire time. Scurry surviving is because TSM doesn't finish them off. And so, that TSM, if they didn't win that fight against Xset, would have been the reason they died themselves because they didn't full kill Scurry at the end there. There's just so many things that happen throughout the game, little metagame things, like Xset also pulling back from the choke. They should have got in a fight with FaZe, but they pull back to be able to push TSM. They knew they were there. They never intended to fight FaZe. They gave FaZe that spot as well. So everyone says, like, okay, Scurry helped FaZe win, but Xset helped them win just as much by going for the high ground there, right?
Also, I mean, FaZe helps Xset because I think it's Phony is on Seer. He queues reps, which prevents reps from queuing.
Both of them. Yeah.
I think it's Sykes on Horizon down on the low ground so they can queue up.
Both of them queue at the so it goes Xset queues TSM, and then as soon as the cooldown comes off, FaZe queues TSM as well, which frees it and they can't get the abilities down.
To Zephyr's point, that's like all of this isn't as accessible to the massive audience. We're the big nerds that know all this stuff. So like we love the moment, but I think to other people it's definitely not as legendary because they don't care about all the surrounding details, right?
It could. I even see people are throwing in the chat, this is a 7. Like I said, I'm throwing my bias in. Sorry. I'm giving this my first 10. And then because I feel like just I have to if I called it the greatest game. So then you guys give me your numbers there, what you think.
I'd give it a 7.
It's a 7 for me as
7.
well.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good, but it's not the in the moment factor
Okay.
that some of these other clips that have that make them as surprising.
That's fair. That's fair. Where are we now? Oh, I gotta hide these names now again. So where were we? We're on Zephyr's last one. What is this one?
No, there's a couple.
Oh, we have. Is there more?
Oh wait, what
I
was
see
our rating on Hardecki's solo win?
Hardeki's solo win.
I don't think we actually.
I gave it 7.5. Jumba gave it 7, or Jumba gave it 6, and you gave it a 7.
Oh, we
I bumped it up to a
one of
7.
mine.
I bumped it up to a 7.
We skipped one of mine.
Did we? Where?
We
Hardeki,
skipped Skittle
Smurfing?
Cakes.
Oh yeah,
Skittle
the
Cakes?
Skittle Cakes one.
Oh, I was just going by like what was filled out here. That's why. So I'd
Sorry,
seen it filled out.
yeah, that was me. I didn't even notice.
It's a good one.
Okay,
Optic
yeah.
Gaming.
Yeah, you
What
can
the
skip
heck?
the.
Optic
skip the
Gaming
intro.
Skittle.
What is that AI voice?
Shut up.
Is OG gonna be able to stay alive even with the team up top looking down on them? They're gonna play underneath. They're gonna look for more angles here. I really like this play by OG to stay alive. TTM going down sharp, getting knocked. Nocturnal. Knock is trying to stay alive. Yep. 4 shots going down. Knock gets knocked. Skittle Cakes, the last one alive. Can he do it? Some more shots going down. He's gonna get the KP for his team in a 1v2 scenario. Is he gonna get the armor swap? He does. And is he gonna win it for his team? Can he do it? The armor swap coming out from Skittles, and it's gonna be a one. Oh my God! Skittles with an absolute insane 1v2 with a double armor swap.
Holy shit!
I've never actually seen Timmy's reaction to that. I hadn't. Oh,
It's so good, bro.
the
It's-
double
I think
armor swap.
Out of in terms of skill, it's very rare that we have a clip that is this skillful on this list.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna rip off the band-aid. I'm giving it a 9.5. I feel like this moment doesn't get as much respect as it deserves, but in terms of like actual one-man army clips, obviously like it doesn't have the ratting aspect that Hardeki's does. It doesn't have the length and amount of kills that Zane's does, but he has no cover and is, like you said, skill, having to rip multiple armor swaps at like the brink of death. The M&K movement, if he's on roller, he loses this moment, which is like just kind of crazy to think about. Like all the little aspects of him winning this, I think it's insane. Like it is. I wish that this gave Skittle Cakes as big of a like legacy boost as some of these other clips have for other people.
It does though. I mean,
I think it
It
does,
still is one
but-
of the biggest highlights in the history of Apex. Like people still look back on this and they're like, if you think of like great moments, this is definitely on that list.
This
Obviously,
one is always, yeah.
I feel like the only difference is that like it's very easy in say a region like EMEA to claim who is one of the best players, like
True.
Hardeki and such. NA, you have incredible talent throughout. Like, I mean, we literally can talk all day about so many of these individual players and their great moments. Skill Cakes is definitely by hands down one of the greatest players to ever have graced this game, and still is competing, and literally almost just won recent champs, was literally that close to doing so. It's just there are like 10 or 15 other people that I can also share the same opinion about, and then at the end of the day, you have to take those 15 people and compare them to TSM.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
Context wise, I know like it's tough sometimes, but like Femp made a good point, which I was gonna say. Skittle was facing cheating allegations going into this, so people thought he was cheating, and so this kind of like disproved that. And also too, this was the first LAN we had in 4 years, and like he pulled this off. You think he's gonna go out there? There's obviously no crowd, but it doesn't matter. There's like nerves, so you think he's gonna go out there nerves. This guy's never played on a LAN before. He was an Xbox ranked grinder, comes over, is playing M&K now, and pulls that off.
Bro went from roller to M&K.
And-
All the people who want to say,
Yeah.
oh, how went from one to the... Yeah, Skittle went the other way.
Yeah, went the other way. Roller to M&K, and then pulled this off. Dupe was too, I think. I think they both came from Xbox
Dupe did
together,
too.
right? Yeah, pulls this off. I think I agree. I think I'm gonna throw this up with a 9. I'm gonna throw this up with a 9.
I don't think the highlight of the moment is as extreme, because it's like, I don't know, I don't see the same showmanship behind it, but that's obviously not at Skittle Cake's fault here. Like there's only so much you can do. But I think skill alongside what I'm seeing here, I think I'll give it an 8.5.
Okay, probably still one of our highest up there.
Yeah.
Highest up there. It's definitely one that gets talked about all the time. If That's what I feel like when I think of like how
do you think,
iconic
Jay?
is it?
I said 9.5.
He threw 9.5 when the clip
9.5.
ended. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And so far, that is our second highest rated clip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great clip.
Man, if that happened on LAN, like where there was fans,
Oh,
I feel like it
Yeah.
would be,
I-
it would
yeah,
get
it would be
elevated so
insane.
much. Yeah.
It's-
It misses that little bit.
Yeah, which sucks for it. And also imagine if Skittle was like super charismatic and like he stood on the desk, like that would go crazy too.
Imagine if he did everything else in our
Yeah,
other clips.
if he just-
This would be a 12, guys. A 12 out of 10.
that was also what also like sucks is that was B stage, so I guess he wasn't on like the
Yeah.
main stage, but nonetheless still a LAN, right?
Which thank God that doesn't exist
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah. I heard,
Well,
like,
thank God we have taken the time to realize these things. I know I'm going to say this right now because, like, obviously I have the special privilege to know this information. The people behind the scenes at EA do care about ALGS, and they do care about improving it and making it a better watching experience and like listening to y'all. It's a very complex process, right? I mean, it doesn't happen, overnight, right? And what seems very simple in the moment of like increasing and making stuff happen is also a very complicated thing. And
If
so-
anyone doesn't believe that though, just go watch like the original Split 2 playoffs, like the first LAN that we had back. Like
Yeah.
the quality then to now is like so drastic.
yeah.
And I think a lot of the time, like, we hamper on them a bit, and like a lot of people do. And so, at least for me, who's now gotten the opportunity to really speak with a lot of these individuals, as someone who I think is like one of the greatest critics behind this game, its casting and production, all of that. And so, seeing that from a up close and personal perspective has definitely changed a lot of my opinion on, at least my thoughts regarding EA, Respawn, the ALGS, etc. And I think it's literally only up from here.
Oh, I agree. It's gotten better and better every single LAN, and that is absolutely noticeable. It's absolutely awesome.
All right, let's finish out my
Yeah.
last one clip here.
Oh, okay. I thought I took this out. This is you guys got to tell me about your experiences because you were here. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, okay.
Like, because you guys were there. I was even rewinding just a little bit more.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's 3 squads, guys. Two teams. Nice, it's 2 teams. They're fighting. Yeah. I'm down to Bengal. Can we take the one fight?
Optic versus NRG.
Do it, man. Game 4.
Poor Wig,
no
his voice,
Poor
man.
Wig, bro.
Shout out to Greek, man, because he carried that day because his voice was not destroyed.
The chants are so good.
I was chanting NRG.
I'm swapping. Coming up. I have fight. Rising here. I'm on. Backpack on. Hunter. I'm marking. I'm not going.
Does he have a shield swap? No, he doesn't. Sweet goes down. Look, gets the first kill for Optic. Skittles gotta go nuclear.
Oh my God.
NRG.
The people's champion.
Come on.
Champion.
Come on.
Dropped. Tries to move in to clean up the pieces. Optic will fall. NRG clutch.
It's
God
just
damn, dude.
And Optic Gaming, who are on
that's you like. Listen, they pop off. I'm surprised they're not jumping. I guess because you got to stay calm, cool, collected, because it is the finals. But I'd be going crazy. I don't think I can
Holy
keep
shit,
that
dude.
in. Such a good moment. Okay, yeah. Tell me
Remind
about
me,
your
this
experiences
was
there.
game 4.
Right?
Game
Four.
4.
Game
Optic
4.
Optic on match point. Only team on match point. They just won game 1, and was it game 3 or was it game 2? They
Yeah,
won
Optic won game 1 and 3.
Game
Dreamfire
1
won
and 3.
game 2.
Yeah, so
I
game 1
think-
and 3.
Bro, I think the context makes this clip.
The
Because
car
I
moment.
don't think the clip itself is anything
Exactly.
exciting. It
It's
is
not.
literally just energy winning, right? Which I guess we can say that for like everybody. But man, I mean, I'll just discuss my perspective before we get into the details. But I remember I was in the green room. So finals day, I actually wasn't hired for anything. Right? I literally was just there in my suit looking pretty for like the farewell at the very end of the day. And I remember watching that from the green room, and those north path zones can get really hectic really fast, and so we went from like 10 squads remaining to like nobody super quick. And I remember, obviously you have some people that have to go be on desk, but coming out of the green room, where like we're this, if you're facing the stage, everything production oriented is towards the left, right? And there's this big drape that covers it all with the truck and everything. And I remember everybody was so sure that that was going to be the moment that literally so many like official production people and a bunch of others, everyone poured out of those curtains as fast as they could to catch what they assumed was going to be the final moment of champs in the stage, in the venue, right? And I mean, I was there with Rain Day and Lauren and you know, Dia, etc., and as well as all of the observers and even some of the admins behind the scene. Everyone had like poured out of there, and we're literally standing there watching that face value, like our heads craned up to the screen that's like right in front of us out of that exit, watching NRG pull it off. And I remember all I could think of in that moment was, please, NRG, please win this match. Because I did not, I don't care what anyone says, I did not want champs to end in 4 games.
I agree. I was like, it's cool storyline. Oh my god, greatest, fastest match point win. I wanted longer. I didn't want 4 games. I wanted more.
I assume, Jumbo, you felt this way too. For content, if Optic wins in 4, the only worthwhile video is Optic. That's it.
Yeah.
Because like, who cares about another team getting like FaZe getting 3rd with 36 points? Who cares? Like, yeah. Like they came second a couple times. Okay, and like that, you know, that doesn't make a cool video. So it would have only been Optic. But for me, I was like front row in the crowd, and this felt like, to tie it to like a traditional sports moment of like when this is the championship game is on the line and everybody stands up and like you can just feel like the atmosphere has risen because somebody in the back all of a sudden just goes NRG, and then the whole crowd within 2 chants is all like bought in, like everybody is chanting NRG, and the fight took a little bit to like actually start, and so like you could just feel it building of like everybody has all of a sudden become an NRG fan in this moment. It was the loudest I have ever heard a stadium. And like I've been in like huge football stadiums, everything, but I think because this is like indoors, you know, and it's just so tight, it was so loud for everybody chanting NRG. That said, I am cursed with the knowledge of the actual context behind Optic's position because I talked to Dropped about this moment and did it for the video. And he says that this was the least likely game that they were going to win out of all of them. When they come out, they have like triple blue armors. All the loot is in Storm. Like people really didn't figure this out when I was saying it in the video, but like both teams have the walk up, but Optic's like backside one is in Storm, so they can only walk up the front side like slant right there. Yeah, which gets them exposed, so then NRG can shoot them. They wanted to catwalk across, and Noct just didn't have it. And if they have it, like that totally changes the aspect of the fight. There's just so many little tiny things that led to Optic being in a complete disadvantage here that sadly it has lowered the moment, because when I kind of heard all these things, I'm viewing it from like that standpoint, I kind of realized like, honestly, Optic was not going to win this. They certainly could have if they acted faster, but in the way that they acted, like they just weren't going to win it. So I give it like an 8 still. I think it's still a legendary moment, but yeah.
I think it's an 8 for me as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with 8 as well. I'm gonna throw it in there. Just because, like, you know, it's the amazing moment to shut down the you know, create an upset essentially. If Energy goes on to place higher, win the tournament, like it's an instant like 10. But like I think because of that, like it takes it down a little bit. It's interesting, like when I'd seen that and like everything that was explained, I thought, at least from the outside perspective, all the teams in the lobby, if you listen to their comms when I was like doing the watch party, I remember them thinking Energy was actually Optic, because Energy steals the Trident early on, and the position they take was like everyone knows like the better position to take. So everyone was kind of focused on Energy, whereas Optic didn't have a lot of focus on them underneath in Red Room. Now it's just funny that they end up being the final 2 teams, but if Energy got taken out earlier on, obviously we would never be talking about this if that even happened. But Energy would have died because people focused them thinking it was Optic. That just opportunity never came. That's just an interesting thing there. I thought is why Optic actually even got to the end game. But
Also, just small nerd moment. Nobody, you guys might agree, but most people won't agree. I honestly think the car race is more iconic to this game than the actual fight itself.
yeah,
Because I've talked to Blackhand, I talked to TSM, I talked to multiple teams, and every time I asked them if Optic wins that race, do you think they win the game? Every single one of them said yes. The only team that said no was Optic because they said that NRG probably would have just entered them because they knew they would be there.
yeah,
Like 100% knew they were there. So yeah. Anyway,
That's
we can go to
that's
the next clip now.
exactly that's what I'm saying. Like so many people have have like even the comms, like they all thought that energy was Optic. So I see what you're saying
Yeah.
there. I looked at this just quickly to say, like, are we gonna go through this? Like, do you want to like throw something in here, Zephyr? Since we've already been an hour and a half, we got so many clips to go.
I'll just say
give
really
us a
quickly.
rundown.
I'll give you the rundown. I don't think anybody except me remembers this, right? I don't.
I
think,
remember
I don't,
this.
I have such a hard on for this moment because I don't think I've ever seen anybody in any one regular split do this well ever again. I
This
don't think
is,
any team has ever
123
been
points. That's
this.
crazy, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think any team has ever been this dominant in a single day group stage, among any region.
What was this? Like
this
for
is-
For anyone who
so this
doesn't know,
was-
too, this is not like a phony ESA. This is like Skittle Dupe ESA.
Dupe, yeah.
This
yeah.
is pre-optic, right?
course.
When this is back when Dupic was also, obviously pre-dropped,
Yeah,
right?
I can see CLT
And so-
Ghost, yeah.
I've never seen anybody put up a number ever close to this ever again. And I would love to take a clip just from one of their wins just in this, but I just was lazy. I think to this day, it just kind of has a place in my heart as like probably the most dominant team will ever be ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the most dominant set that has ever existed. Like not only they get 4 wins, they got a third with 10. Their worst performance was 6 with 4 KP. Like that's insane.
This is probably the closest, but it's in 8 games, right?
Eight
This is
Yeah, they needed more.
Enerjet LAN, right?
It's
like
not even
that's-
close.
That's what I'm saying. They need 2 more games. I'm just saying I don't know if I've ever seen over 100 points other than like these 2 times now that I'm thinking about it.
Not 100 points.
120
Over
points. 120 points.
120. That means a
120, yeah.
20 plus point average,
Yeah.
which that's
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely the nerd in me that's like, if you don't know ALGS scoring and if you don't know, like, this is so forgettable, but for me, it's like this stands as the record in my book. And until this is broken, this ESA at the end of, I believe it was year 3, I believe split 2 year 3. Is it?
It was year 2.
Year
Year
2,
two.
yeah.
It was
I saying,
year 3 of the game existing, but for
Year 2,
ALGS,
yeah,
it's
year
called
2.
year 2.
I was about to say, I'm looking at BBG and Ghost still here. So yeah, it is. And CLG. Yeah. This is probably this ESA and how they can, like, how they were playing the current Valkyrie, Gibraltar, I don't know if it was
Caustic.
Yeah.
Caustic, yeah, I guess it's Skittle. So Caustic meta. No one had mastered it like they did at the time, right? And everyone, this was day 1 of the split, so everyone
Yeah.
thought they were gonna go on to like literally dominate. And I still think they placed like top 3 that split.
Top 3 or top 2, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they won this split. Is
I
this
thought
split
they-
1 or split 2?
I believe
Did they
this
win
is
the split?
2.
Split
I
2, they
thought-
were first place. They were first place.
Oh,
in
they
split
were?
2.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
this is split 2. Okay. So this is with the knocked. Okay.
Yeah, no. This set is also, I love this set personally because this is like, so many people don't realize there was a point where like this team was the best team in the world before the lands obviously happened. Like
Mhm.
because of how dominant they were that split. Like this set was just one moment in one of the craziest splits we've ever seen from a team. Obviously, it wasn't international, but like they balled out like crazy.
I think since we don't have the video, I'll give it an honorary 7 just because I don't have the video.
Yeah,
to watch.
I'll give it
Yeah.
a 7 just because I
Yeah.
don't think it's anything special.
I give it a
like
7.
in terms of that. You asked me for 10. I do have another clip technically to replace this as I realized it, but I'm not going to do it right now. But if you guys are interested, there is one clip that
Okay.
I think goes down in history.
If we got time, because I think I have even like 13, because I thought we were gonna speed through these.
Some of mine are really fast. Before we
Okay.
go into this next one, this is my first one. I want y'all to know this is the clip that I think deserves to be in the time capsule. It's not even ALGS related.
No.
If there is any Apex moment that is the greatest moment in Apex history, this is it right here. This is the moment. Okay,
Hey,
play the clip.
They can see
Play
the name.
whole
They can
thing.
see the name.
All right, all
remember,
right.
it didn't have to be ALGS moments only. Like we're talking.
Turn the volume up.
Let's go, baby.
Lifeline! Lifeline! Where's me? Lifeline, you... Where's... Lifeline!
Look at him.
They leave them for real, like they do. Why do they? And then they all die.
He died.
We can all relate. Fem says we can all relate. That's why we.
Right.
That's why it's the best.
Let me
Okay.
give my pitch for the clip, okay? At the very beginning, he is knocked and his teammate clutches the fight. He says, "Let's go, baby," because he thinks they're gonna res him, and then, and then it ensues.
He literally switches to his bat. He switches to the bat to be able to heal.
For no reason, they just leave. It's a ranked game, and they just leave. Like,
This is a Masters rank game too. Like, what are they doing?
Shiv's reaction to them leaving is so dramatic.
Okay,
It
I'm
makes
not
no
gonna
sense.
add any more because we've got a lot of
Yeah,
clips.
let's.
But
Yeah.
10. I give it a 10.
Jay's give me a 10.
I am so biased towards comp. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give it a 9.5, bro.
I'm gonna go 9.5 as well.
Y'all
I'm
are
going.
crazy
I
guys.
think
They use this in the Post Malone trailer, guys.
I think it is in the top 3 greatest clips of all time. But
All you have to
doesn't
say is
hold-
lifeline, and
it
everybody
doesn't hold the
knows.
narrative story to me, and
I
at
think-
that point, that's the only reason why I want my favorite clip in Apex to have history to it. But that's because you're talking to me of all people,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? I think for any average person, this probably goes down as
The
one
best.
of, if
That's
not
what I'm
the
saying. If I had to
Apex
put any clip in a time
Yeah,
capsule
yeah.
so people know what Apex Legends was, this is the clip.
I'm just not giving. Oh, I guess Zephyr gave the 9.5. I'm just not giving. What's it called? You're editing them here. Oh, okay. Wait, sorry. You said the names wrong. I didn't see the names. I'm what's it called? I'm trying not to give perfect 30s out, but like I guess I could have gave it a 10 there because I agree. It's going in the time capsule. It's like there has been so many clips I've seen of other people when they're not getting rezzed start screaming lifeline the way that Shiv screamed lifeline, right? So it's just there's not a person that I think has played this game that hasn't seen that clip. That's the thing. That's the thing about it. Not a person that's seen it that hasn't. Okay, let's quickly go to the
Alright, we
next
can go
one.
to the
Let's
next one.
power
We
through
can go
these.
to
Power through these. It's Timmy reacts to his. Yeah. Okay.
This is his Watson versus Liquid at
Yeah.
split or champs last year. Champs.
Yeah. I will. So I'll give you guys my context of where I was and what I was doing when this went down. Hold on.
It all comes down to this. They're gonna have to fight.
They need a fight. They need a fight left.
Here comes the push there. Trick is getting attacked up.
Nice.
Gilderson's almost knocked, but Gildy, 5 knock 1. Fury
No.
gets another. They need the back.
I'm gonna come about. I'm gonna kill over for you. I'm gonna kill over here. I'm killing. Give me. I need a bat. I don't have a bat. Yeah, you're good. I'm almost up. Fuck it. Go give a shit. Wait for the bub.
Give a shot.
You're solo. I'm good. I got caustic. I was gonna give kill caustic. Climbing up, Panders. I'm dead. Give me your shield. Nice try. Give me slow. Fucking give me left. On you. You got this. You got it, bro. You got this. It's shit. It's just you. You got this. You win it.
They're whiffing.
They need to kill.
Nice. 1v2.
1v1 versus Watson. He gets shut down. Watson said,
Or
"Sit
knocked.
the hell down."
He missed so many shots.
And 1v for the brand. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's so crazy. Guys,
All right.
when this clip happened, I was like, I had this playing on my phone and I was making barbecue for my family and everything like that. And I'm watching this. And when he hit the last shot, I dropped my phone like on the barbecue. And then I was scrambling to get it off the hot grill. I'm like freaking out. Everyone's asking me what the hell's going on because I could not believe they won that game. They were so dominant that game on top of it. And it was just like, they didn't need to win. They were like in second place or third place this time. This I think, got them to win the set. And then just crushed freaking Liquid by sending them to losers. Like, I love this clip. When we were talking about, like, solo moments, this is the clip I was referring to. Like, this is the moment that is, like, the best 1v3, 1v2, whatever you want to chalk it up to. But I think it's the greatest.
I think obviously it doesn't. Oh, man, this brings like a tear to my eye because like watching his Watson in his prime cracking the Seer meta when no one cracked it, and like just understanding Edge on such a degree that like had yet been solved by anybody, any pro, which it takes a certain level of like understanding, ego, just general play history alongside that team, especially when we talk about the history of Tech moving off the roster, his Watson coming in, qualifying off of what was the back end, I believe, of the LCQs, going to champs, and literally being, if not for match point format, like what felt like the most dominant and the quote-unquote winner of Raleigh, right? And then went on to then literally influence an entire year's worth of Apex play until Catalyst finally came through. I don't know, man. I like anytime I see his Watson from this tournament, it's just like, oh shit, dude.
Yeah, the clip itself, I don't feel like is the craziest clutch of all time, all these kind of things, but the context and the moment and how it represents Furious champs run, like the only reason that anybody ever does the whole like there's two winners thing is because of Furia, because of how absurd they were, and then Dark Zero was like 4th place with the most points winning. But because of like Furia was so far ahead of the pack, like you said, they built the entire Seer meta. Like there's clips of Hal and them saying, Seer's terrible, that we're going to play Bloodhound, and Furia believed. What elevates this clip for me is number one, Vicky's casting, her Furia wins. It's like, I love that moment. But also I am just such a massive sucker for hyped Pander's comms. You got this. Like his comms elevate the moment like crazy for me every time. I'd give it like an 8.5 personally.
I got an 8.
Oh wow, you guys went lower on that. Okay.
The only reason I go lower is because I don't think it's the craziest individual clip ever. It's just there's just so much about it that I love, apart from like the actual gameplay.
If this was a match point Furia already at this point in the stage of like champs, and they had come off of and like won off of something like this, it would go down in history.
Oh
right?
yeah.
But it's just it's just a game. Right, which
I also
a win is a win.
I love I don't think they show it here, but I love Zara's reaction as Watson and C-Line are just like pushing each other because of how excited they are. Zara's just like, oh my god, just like leaning back in his chair. Yeah, just look at him. He's just sitting there giggling. I don't know. This whole like the clip just embodies what Furia was too. Like they're going crazy in the middle of the clip. Zara's like, I don't give a shit. Like they're just having fun, you know?
So good.
I miss this Furia. I don't think there's ever been a roster like this.
Yeah.
Such a fun team.
Oh, it was such a good team.
That was one of the best teams of all time in Apex, and it makes me sad.
Yeah, it's rough, but you know, this also made like his streaming career. Like he was doing good because of the rank 1 races, but now like he pulls 10K
now he's his
plus.
Watson.
Yeah, like and like everything. It's amazing. Andrew, to your question, the clip in the lead right now is the snipe down axe. Axe kill. That's the one in the lead right now. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's keep moving here. Get through these. What is this? So what is this?
Everyone knows this.
All right.
We finally got here, huh?
One TSM.
Oh, the TSM champs are in there.
It is a shootout to become the champions here in London between TSM and Ascend. Charge rifle shots hit. Who has the utility available though? Reps, you saw the Seer He has the exhibit available as well. He can get that down to get the wall hacks out. That's going to give TSM an advantage. But the last thing you want to do here, Dan, is be the first to be knocked.
Have they been tracking the kill feed? Do they know they are going up against another team on match point? Whoever wins here wins this tournament. Post kill, trying to take an angle, trying to get an area where he can put down suppressing fire to allow Kashira and the rest to get out.
Ascend have got to make the play here. Do they have the EMP available? Is that what they're going to use to try and push from? It does not get more intense than this. Match point leaves us with 2 teams as Kashira makes the play. Kashira for Europe gets the shots in, but no shield break as now the fight goes down.
So important that you get the damage here, and it's done!
TSM up in the skies. House goes down from the heavens. London belongs to TSM.
Yeah. The headphone throw, like that's what Fem said in chat. Like, guy, I don't know, guys. You go first. I don't like.
I'm giving it a 10.
A
To
10,
me,
right? Like,
out of every Apex competitive moment that has actually ever existed, like this is the best moment because it's 2 match point teams deep in a match point finals. There is TSM, like the storyline behind them winning this too. They had not won a LAN since 3 years prior. Dark Zero had tied them with the 2 wins during year 2. So now it's like TSM can reclaim their throne. DZ was the recent challengers. Who's the best team ever? TSM can take it back, prove that they're not washed and all this kind of stuff. And Ascend, the first win for Europe, like the crypto and like proving that play style can work. I selfishly love Ascend's entire game in that whole, like, that final game is just so insane.
Holding
the
over
spot
here.
they play, the resilience they show to get to that moment. The casting, this is the greatest casted moment in Apex history. Like, the space they left for, like, the moment to build where they just didn't say anything. They just, because they knew it was, like, the fighting was going to happen eventually, but they were just letting the crowd get into it. And then, like, Gaskin knowing like what to say in the small moment to then instantly give it back to Onset for like the greatest call the Apex has ever had. The headphone throw, like,
yeah,
it's a 10. It's a masterpiece to me.
I can't say it any better. Zephyr.
It's a 10.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have to listen to From the Heavens when I'm behind the scenes talking to these people going to a LAN. Right? I mean, it holds the memory in its weight in gold. I mean, and it's just one of those moments where I think like if I want to see, like, especially as a caster too, man, to have and be there and to share this kind of excitement and this kind of call is the dream for me one day, you know. And so like the combining storyline.
Oh, we lost him.
Make this perfect moment is great.
Yeah.
You froze for a little bit. You said
for
the
a second.
combining what?
I said the combining moments, right, that intertwine to make this perfect little present is just it takes everything. It takes every variable and so many of those being out of your control to make this memory. So it's a 10. It's a 10 in my
And also, like, the thing to me about this clip is it stands alone, but the context when you add into it of Ascend actually almost kills TSM incidentally 2 separate times before this clip ever exists when they're on the roof, and then they almost cancel the Valk ult, not even attempting to, but if TSM was a second later, it gets canceled. Hal calling out the "we win this game" as he like sees what the game-winning play is,
ult,
like
10% off of the EMP, literally in that moment before the Kashira cross. Like, had they waited.
Debate, like that whole, like, what Ascend chose to do, that debate raged on for so long. Of he should have used crypto ult, and like if he was a controller, he would have like one clip.
Oh my god,
that was
all
the
this
stuff.
Yeah, like, and also too, like, people don't remember, like, this is the first, like, Hal was playing on M&K the LAN before. This is his first LAN on roller, like, so that created a whole debate in itself. Like, it's just such an influential and iconic moment. Every little piece of it, the casting, the shot, the wide angle of them, like, it's just perfection.
Yeah. no, there's, like I said, I don't think there's any more else to say other than the only other thing I found really cool about this is that they were trading blows with energy the entire tournament as well. Like who was taking first in groups, who was taking first in bracket. Then after energy drops like a 30-point game, then TSM clutches out with 2 men alive, like in the final circle, and then they go on to win it. Yeah.
There's only one number you're allowed to say, Jumbo.
I said 10 already.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Yeah. That's a 30. Even Luck or Skill in chat said this is a 30 right here. TSM sweeping Pro League, dominating group stages, and then finally winning LAN again. Yeah. It was huge.
That was like the biggest story moment in TSM's history too for me. Like TSM, the stories are never as like great because everybody kind of wants them to lose, but that was the one moment that I felt like, because of how long it had been since they won, like people were on their side. So the masses, I mean, obviously they have a huge fan base, but
yeah. Okay.
TSM washed.
This is a hilarious title considering what we're talking. Will this clutch make history? I think to an extent it does. Knowing the clip.
Они нокают, нет, они нокают. Можешь бикон взять с моего трупа? И у меня есть бикон, Дайте звук, просто не говорите ничего. Ничего не говорите.
Okay.
Бегайте вдвоем! Да.
Go back.
Please, они fight.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to place the beacon. Yeah.
Чё не летит всё. Всё, я выиграю, не переживайте. Я вас резну, залутайтесь просто спокойно сейчас и всё. Окей? Они отвлеклись, они файтятся, все нормально. Залутайтесь, что можете.
Because I know they yell really loud.
Yeah,
Нет, меня никто не просканил.
Rain goes crazy.
Yeah.
Все, они нокаются без стороны. Вот на мне бокс. Ко мне подойдите, да.
Я, короче, тоже на святый иду, похуй.
Нокну одного, один остался, просто на мне залутайте. Меня нокнули, я не могу. Второго еще одного, я свапнул. Еще одного. Ласт, следующий, играйте вдвоем просто.
Лучше, блядь! Лучшие нахуй!
Уебались, блядь!
So I made this joke in my video too, but I know a little bit of Russian. They actually said there at the end, they said, "Great game, everyone, guys. It was really fun." That's exactly what they said.
That is not what they said.
Played enough CS:GO to know you're bullshitting me.
I play a little bit of CS:GO to know what they said.
Bro, when I made my Fire Beavers video, I got someone to translate it, and then I also used the clips of like, because they put English captions on their videos, and so many of the Russian speakers in the comments said that those captions that they put on their videos are not the exact things that they're saying. They kind of soften the blow a little bit for the English viewers because they're not saying some of the things that the captions say. Anyway.
Yeah. I think in terms of like skill, like everything like that, like you know, or like when I say skill, like the ability to be able to pull this off, like the weight of like they were just like, you know, you made that Fire Beavers video because of how they just kind of like went against the grain with everything in Apex at the time. It felt like, I think that's what really elevates this clip. It kind of falls down because we have a better revive clip, like of something happening, right? At least in my opinion, like that, it's a revive clip to a revive clip. We got one that kind of, we say, takes the weight. I'll wait to the end to give my number. You guys go ahead, but I think it's a great clip, but that's what I think is the only thing that holds it back a little bit for me, and maybe the context that it's Pro League and not like some bigger tournament or event.
Yeah, I think the context is where this one gets its kind of subtraction in terms of the quality here for me. Obviously, like you said, being that of a regular Pro League day. On top of that, being the fact that, you know, it's a clutch play, it's a clutch factor, but it's not particularly one that holds meaning past the fact that it is just a win. It is also, in comparison to a lot of kind of the 1v1s that we did see, I feel like pulling off this one, I mean, it comes alongside the revive and they have more time to get it off, more time for reset, which isn't particularly, like, yeah, it's still awesome to see them pop off in these final moments, but it was a lot more paced and compared to the, like, I need to punch someone out with the Raven's Bite, or I need to pull off a double shield swap to get the job done here, you know?
Yeah, I will say the one thing that I think brings this clip down too is honestly the actions of the other teams totally enabled this to happen. Like they simply ignored Fire Beavers. Like literally, I think it was Horizon Union was like directly above them, killed 2 of their members, definitely knew that Oirain was down there, and then got distracted, saw the other teams were fighting at that building and said, let's go third it, which is the only reason that this clip exists, because they could have just killed Oirain if they wanted to.
You said Hardeki
I'd give it a
would never,
7.
You said Hardeki would never be able to pull us off today. This wasn't that long ago.
Well, I mean, the Hardeki one's a little different.
I know,
This
I'm
one,
teasing, obviously.
yeah. I'd give it a 7 personally.
I gave it a 7.
Yeah, 7 is exactly what I was gonna say. 7's exactly.
I got a soft place in my heart for Fire Beavers, man. I love that team so
Yeah.
much.
I do too. I don't know. I
funny you
feel like
say-
the history.
oh no,
with
that's a
them is
Fnatic
so
jersey.
crazy.
I thought that was a Fire
Nah,
Beavers
I
jersey.
wish I had the Fire Beavers jersey, bro. I wasn't at Split 2 playoffs when they sold them, and then they were Aurora champs, and yeah.
Oh, okay, I know about this. I forgot about this clip.
This one we can go through super fast.
Yeah.
Because it's not like the craziest moment ever. It was just very smart.
And funny, kind of. It's kind of
Yeah.
fun. Give everyone a good laugh of what they were doing.
Just because there's not a lot actually happening in the gameplay, I'll kind of narrate it for anyone who doesn't know this clip. This is Taida from North Epsion. They land at North Pad, and they want to take Lightning Rod from Furia. So what he did is he landed at the armory, started it, left, jumped off, and killed himself. And then because the changes had happened with the support characters, his teammates were able to craft his banner and respawn him.
Yeah.
Mind
Just
you,
to
a very
grief Furia.
recent change too.
Yeah,
This is
like when this happened, it literally had just been changed right before this
a
land.
month or so. Right. So
A nice metagame clip. that we
Metagame.
get to see there.
always fun.
We love it. I'm
I give it a 5.
gonna throw it a 5. Yeah. I'm gonna throw it a
Yeah,
5.
it is a 5. I had to mention it, because I think it's a very
cool.
smart
It's
play.
a cool, it's a cool moment.
It's a
Like-
yeah. We gotta acknowledge that. Like a 5 on this list does not mean it's a bad clip. That is a great
Yeah.
clip that people will remember. It's just can't hold its own against like the greatest clips.
It also realistically didn't affect Furia that much because they were
Mhm.
just kind of sucking the entire land, so it hurt him a little
Ariel,
bit.
Ariel
I
walks
just
up into 1-3v3, gets everything from that IMC Marmory and more
yeah.
immediately.
So, but I still love it. All right, I don't know what the next one.
I
is,
love
but-
I love metagaming, and I don't think it happens enough in Apex
Yeah.
Legends. I
Mhm.
think teams are more akin to playing their own game without really
Mhm.
thinking about the other rosters against them, and it only comes up in match point. And even still, it's not an exactly solved science. Like there's like moments like in winner's bracket, like I didn't post it because it's not a clip, and I don't think any of us has it. Did any of us put down the FC destroy moment?
I did. The regional
Well,
final.
at
No,
champ?
no.
Oh
You
no,
put
at
a different
champ.
one. You put a different one.
Sorry, I thought you
There,
were
like,
saying that one.
in terms of metagaming, the FC destroy Pulverex moment where
Yeah.
because of their win during champs, Pulverex gets to compete the next day. They don't get eliminated.
The one
all
on
because
Go
they
Next.
win. Right.
Where Go Next
they-
lost at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, Go
Mm-hmm.
Next not, and they literally walk over and they bow down to them. They get on their knees and literally bow down to their competitors. Like
Mhm.
that's an insane moment, and it's not caught on screen really. Like it's not a major clip. It's like FC just simply won. But after the fact, people are like, look at this.
I
Imagine what
actually-
would have happened.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Like I didn't even remember about it. But yeah.
Another great moment. But like those little metagame moments where it's like your actions actually impact other people in this lobby. It's not just that you did good today.
Yeah. Before we watch this next one, it is like 7 seconds, and it is pure humor. There is no. I don't know if y'all have seen this clip.
Let's
Make sure it's loud.
I love this clip.
1.
Oh.
I just love the reaction of 1, and then he breaks out laughing, and so much damage, dude.
That's so funny.
The minute I saw the charge rifle in the hand, I knew exactly what this clip was.
I've actually never
One.
seen Elvin
One?
Gates' fucking title for that is good too. Mandy announces the damage. That's good.
I don't care what we write rank it. I had to put this one in there.
12. It's a 12.
One. I'm gonna give it a 1.
I'm gonna give it a 1. One's all around. Yeah, the one's all around.
Give it a soft 1, bro.
That's great.
1.
That's absolutely hilarious.
Unironically, I think a 7.
Okay, this next one. I don't know if too many people saw this one. This
I've
is
seen this,
in APAC North Pro League, and it's just Yuka F styling on somebody.
Just it's a nice minute video of Yuka going crazy.
It's gonna be Gold Beret versus Fnatic here. A 3v3 to win. Newcastle versus non-Newcastle. Newcastle dead.
And there it is, baby.
How the fuck did he get over there?
Oh my god. Make sure everyone caught that. Everyone watching. I gotta replay this. Like, make sure you catch the tap strafe here. Did I go too far back? Yeah.
How the fuck did he get over there?
He just stopped playing. He stopped playing because of what happened.
Yeah, Hal even says it. I stopped playing too, and then you got wig here. That's it's another good one.
Is it crazy to say that Yuka is probably the greatest mechanical player MNK I think of all time?
In terms of movement,
in terms of literal movement, I think he is the greatest.
I would say yes, but the movement, like people, their community would probably say no because they value they're including like Fade and the pubs people, you know. But in terms of like actual comp, like he's like the only one that pulls that into competitive play and uses it.
That's a thing. So like, yeah, if you want to say from that context, I'd agree.
I only watch comp, so you know.
That's all he knows.
There you go, bro.
He's
That's the best movement I've ever seen.
Zephyr just said Fade who? What? Like, bro, don't put the Fade fans on me.
I've never watched a single Fade clip in my life. I literally, that's not even a joke.
That's actually crazy. I've definitely seen a handful here. The only other thing that what I find funny about that clip though is I'm not like I'm a controller player. I like controller in the ALGS. Like I'm not like up in arms about everyone who hates controller.
Yeah, I get it.
If if there was no controller though, I wonder how much more frequent we would see stuff like that. Just kind of like throwing that out there. It'd be kind of like interesting if like a lot more people are pulling off movement clips, and if that's what all the MNK people want ALGS to look like. I wonder if it would be a thing.
If there was if there was no controller, APAC North would be a lot closer in terms of actual competitiveness to the rest of the world. Because I don't think they've embraced controller like the rest of the world has yet.
Yeah, when you watch
APAC North, they have to. At some point.
Yeah, they're starting to, but they're very slow compared to everybody else.
When you
I'd give it like a 6, by the way.
6. Okay, cool. I like how at the beginning we didn't really agree on stuff, but now I like we kind of are. Oh, who's doing the numbers?
It's like cool because of the movement and everything, but like he did it because it's 3v1. You know, like they'd already won the game. It's just him flexing. Like that's all it is, right?
It's almost like the MT Kraber. The only difference is that one was pulled off with a Kraber 360 no scope at champs.
Yeah.
This is, regionals.
Yeah.
It's still cool. It's still skillful.
Fem asked, are there any Korean roller players? I'm 60% sure they're all MNK in Korea.
I think there's like 1 or 2, but I can't remember off the top of my head who they are. But I have been down this route before.
I'm not all that actually familiar with all the Korean players. So
the Korean, like, because with APAC North, it's like Japan and Korea, and Japan is where most of the rollers are coming from. Korea players are like stuck with MNK for the most part, but they're starting to.
Imagine the Korean Overwatch players coming to Apex now that there's no Overwatch League. Those guys are mechanical demons.
Yep.
Okay.
Right. I had to include this clip for some South American love. I had to.
This is a great one. I love this. If people don't know the context of this, they were in last place going into this game. It's the final game of losers bracket. Last place overall, and they're trying to qualify to go to finals.
place with 29 points. The shot comes through. Zenile hits a headshot. Are you kidding me?
Elevate won't give up a lead as SSG with these Kraber shots. Zenile really putting them through. Elevate now moving in, wondering how they're gonna try to approach this with Space Station just holding that off to the side. Fennel in a lot of trouble, only utilizing the knockdown shield for cover. It's not gonna be enough. The Domes didn't call out first from Elevate.
That's it. 3v3. Domes have been placed. A little bit of cover to work around. This is a game of arenas to close this out. Here comes the push. The call is made. It's Elevate. Massive in hand. Sleep goes down. Nellis. Bin has to go huge. Nice shot's going to be put in. A 1v1. Oh my God. Bin. He's connecting, but it's not enough. The Elevate is going to do it. Elevate wins. Elevate wins.
Are you kidding me? Elevate. They needed that. This team was in last place. Fallen, they were in last place overall.
This is. Oh wait, hold on. Gotta play it for this.
Greatest reaction from a team ever.
Oh man.
I can't believe I almost paused it before the dance. But like, yeah.
To me, this clip, the context carries it. Knowing they were in last place, I'm pretty sure this is also the first South American team to make a finals lobby at any LAN ever, and they did it with like such a heroic moment. I don't know. I love this moment. Because I feel like it means so much for the region too. Like to other regions, it might not mean that much. Like, oh, they like snuck into a finals lobby. Like, who cares? But it's like for South America, this was like the shining moment of like, we can do this. You know?
Well, this is one of the few South American clips ever. Like, I genuinely can't sit here and tell you a moment between Godfire or Singularity or Kick. Like this is the one moment I remember where South America truly shined in some format.
Yeah. And it's also Sweden, so like it's the first land. Again, I feel like anything
Well,
you're
there
pulling
was
off at the first land.
two in 2019.
Oh,
first
yeah,
ALGS land.
First,
Doesn't count, bro. Doesn't count. 2019
I count
didn't
like
happen.
as much as like I love those. Like I am the biggest probably lover of those first two lands. I probably talk about them more than anyone else for real. But yeah, I treat like going back to Sweden. There was just so many new players in the scene at the time. That's why I say like it was the first time return to LAN in 4 years. So yeah, so seeing them pull that off was just amazing. Like the stakes were all there.
I say 7.
You say 7? I'd give
it
it
7.5.
Yeah, I'm giving it 7.5. I'm giving it 7.5.
Okay.
And then this one's a.
What is this one?
This
oh,
one,
okay.
you
Yeah,
titled
this is the Furia Who moment.
Yeah.
Fourth one now. Let's lock it in. Game number
You
2.
can skip
Furia
ahead
Alliance
because I think
contest.
there's like multiple contests that are happening here.
Okay. Here, let's see.
No shot. We're seeing this right now.
Here.
Is this real
Good
life?
shots from Panders.
Really good shots from Panders. He's 1 HP.
They go out here, yeah.
Maybe that wasn't the best of ideas.
And then you can skip to the end because that's when Nicewig actually gets the sign.
Quite rightly so.
Oh yes, yes,
Alliance
yes,
just
yes.
sent
Here.
this over to our booth right now, and I think this is, I believe this is Hackis's handwriting.
It was actually Effect. It was actually is it in this video that you see Effect stand up
Yeah.
God damn!
when he kills them? He's like throwing stuff at their bodies.
It's not this contest. It shows 2.
Okay.
It's in the middle of the video.
Right now.
Oh, in the middle? Yeah, like what's it called? He stands up and he just throws, he starts like throwing arc stars at their body. He downs himself and then he starts holding up a piece of paper. The piece of paper that says Furia Who. It's right here.
Right there. Right
yeah.
there.
Yeah, right here. He grabs
Yeah,
the paper.
he's shooting bodies. He's got the paper.
And he's throwing nades at himself. This is a good, funny moment. He's got some skill to it too, I guess, by winning the contest.
I just love it because I wish that more teams would do stuff like this because it builds rivalry, it builds hype, like holding up a sign of Furia Who. Like, I don't know. I feel like Alliance, they have some of the most iconic moments in ALGS history of like the out of game reactions to things, which I feel like to me is really good at building their brand and like who they are as players and like all that kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of this kind of stuff.
It took Fury pretty much out of the tournament too.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a great moment. I don't think the clip is anything too crazy.
Oh no, it's just them winning a contest.
Because Fury at this point is far further from the Fury that we had once known at this moment. And so it's not like that crazy. I do agree though that I just think like in the overall sense of things, it's nice to see like man, I wish we had more moments where it was like, hey, yeah, these are people. They're not just,
Right.
you know, that Horizon or you know, Valkyrie you see on your screen. They're actually people who have a care and emotion behind this. I'm gonna give it a 6.
I give it a 6.5.
I'm gonna go 7.
Yeah. All right. Cool. We fortunately actually did power through those.
I had some short
JHawk.
ones. I knew they'd be
That's
short
good,
too.
though.
The 1 damage, the lifeline clip.
Those are good though, because like I mean
Lifeline!
mine aren't I don't have a lot of comp clips because I kind of knew you guys probably would have a lot more of the comp clips, so I went for some more of like the iconic ones that are they're quick though, a lot of them too.
This will be the first time I've ever seen them then.
Yes, probably. This is the one that I'll give some context here. This is the regional final. This is the regional final that Fnatic won in 4 games. So it's like the fastest match point win in Apex. At this point,
Oh
at least that I
man,
know
yeah.
of. So yeah, so like there's that
It is.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's the context. But then also too, it's FC Destroy, how they made it happen. I'll click through this. Basically, they in the beginning of the lobby, here, this is when teams started learning that you could click on players' names and see what skins they were running. So FC Destroy start clicking on Fnatic's characters and a couple of the other characters, players on match point. No, sorry, just Fnatic. But seeing some of the other people in the lobby to see whose skins were who, metagame it so that they memorize them going into the game. Because at this moment, they were in a position to qualify for LAN. So if they ended it in game 4, they would go to LAN, right? And so they did the math, and that's what they do. So they click here to see the skins of like Fnatic and a couple of other teams. Yeah, and that's what's it called? That's what everyone did to TSM in that game. 6 lobby. They did that to TSM by looking at their skins. And so what they do here.
And this clip came out right before that LAN.
Yeah.
Like this was the regional finals right. I mean, technically it was like a month and a half, 2 months, but this was very recent to that LAN.
Yeah. We'll play it from here. We'll see. Where is it? They end up seeing their skins. They catwall for them and push on height. See, so FC Destroy on the bottom. And then I'm pointing at my monitor as if you guys can see where I'm pointing.
Shout out the backcasters. Love them. They're very sweet.
And they have like some of the biggest passion. I love the way they pop off every time.
They were very nice to me at LAN this last time.
See, so they realize Fnatic. It's kind of funny. It's very similar to the context of TSMs with like this bridge above them. Similar setup. And because of that, Fnatic's the only team on the bottom alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
that's pretty good.
Where's here's the century. I wanted to hear them cheer. So, and the big thing is like if you read the comments of the video, it's like FC Destroy is like literally the team to like has the reputation of being no brain inters, but this was a whole new strategy for comp Apex. Like that's I always found that funny.
I think the context in this clip makes the clip more than any I think this is one of those moments where it's like it's so hyper detailed that the clip itself isn't particularly like in terms of the greatest clips of all time. It's an amazing moment. I love metagame. But on my list I put a 4.
Oh, you put it a 4.
Personally, I think the clip itself is literally nothing special, but I do think it's one of the more influential moments in terms of match point lobbies. not only does it open the door for teams to realize like they need to be hyper aware of their standings and trying to potentially allow other teams to win, which is like the flip of the coin from what happens where you're trying, like you want to overtake somebody. It creates like a whole new aspect there, but also I could be wrong. I haven't actually asked any pros this, but I don't think anybody knew that this existed before this moment. I'm pretty sure when I talked to Drops that he actually specifically mentions this moment for at this most recent LAN, they would leave the lobby after every game, switch to Pathfinder or like Mirage or random characters so that nobody could see their skin because this moment exists. I could be wrong and maybe they knew about it beforehand.
I don't think
But
I don't think nobody knew. I think
I'm sure some teams knew, but this clip, I remember this went viral. Like it has 100,000 views. Like it went viral when it came out, and now everybody knows.
That's a thing.
And so it just became a thing. So I would give it like a 6. I think the influence bumps it up there for me.
Yeah, knowing how like Apex YouTube views kind of work, the fact that this actually hit 105K means a lot of people were talking about this. Is like at least the way I see it. And I feel like with the future lands, like it did change the way the teams started thinking, like as Jay said, like thinking about match point. I obviously like the moments regional final, this and that. I don't know if I'm factoring in like the fact that it was the fastest. I'm still putting it up at like a 7.5 or so I'm gonna put it. It's obviously not the greatest moment for points you made, Zeph, but I still think it's it's influential. It definitely changed the way that the players are thinking about the game now.
Just random crazy aside too. I'm pretty sure that TSM in that game, like they didn't do this stuff. They didn't change their skins, even though this like clip had already existed. I don't know. Maybe they didn't see it or just didn't think of it.
They don't
But
need to. They're that good.
I mean, it cost them in that game.
Them a land. They
It
could have won
cost
3-peat. They didn't 3-peat because
obviously the comp, because back then at that lane there was like 5 teams running that comp in that lobby, so it kind of gave them away. But anyway. And it didn't help that DZ was another team also running that comp. So
yeah, there was a clip though, like right at the beginning. It's either fun or knocked. It's the beginning of the game as they're walking up on staging in that game 6.
Yeah,
I think it's fun, and he goes, "Oh, that's TSM." I'm pretty sure that's TSM, and it was by the skins that he noticed it was TSM.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they just had TSM skins memorized beforehand, or if it was because they checked in the lobby. I assume it's. I think he checked in the lobby.
Teams are getting better. Like from me watching, like literally almost 3 years ago at this point, watching teams compete in ALGS to now, like there's so much more of a consideration towards the macro and the little details that go in towards every moment in Apex. And it's kind of crazy because it's like no one can just jump into Apex and be a good pro anymore, right? I mean, a lot of the great pros that we've seen come up like out of nowhere, just like get their heyday or start, like Effect recently, right? I mean, they're guided by those who have such a wealth of experience, like Hockey's, right? I've yet to see someone completely new, especially IGL oriented, outside of maybe Phony, but even Phony's a terrible choice because
he's competed for years.
He's competed for years in ESA, and that's the most recent one I can think of. And
I mean, he was on like My Little Phony. They were in Pro League. He played in the 2021 online championship. Like he was in Pro League for a while. So, like, he just never like was at the top.
That's my thing. It's like I don't think any, especially when it comes to IGLs and those who have a lot of decision making and teams themselves who have a lot of decision making. You don't see that from a lot of new oriented rosters. It takes the experience, which is really cool because it just goes to show that this game is continually elevating itself.
Definitely. And every single example, because I know some people are probably thinking like, oh, Zainu and all, like you got to keep him, like he played with Tech or like Oxygen. They had Vayne. Like there's always this super experienced pro IGL on the team that brings those players to where they are.
Yeah, especially because I would say
any game in esports.
Yeah.
I would say though at the beginning, Apex was like when I think of other esports, I feel like at the beginning, Apex was probably one of the easiest esports to go pro in, and that's not the same anymore, like at all.
There was just no macro back then, dude.
Yeah. I think Apex itself, slowly as we've seen every party take it seriously, whether it be the players, whether it be EA, Respawn, etc., as it has all elevated, it's gotten harder and harder and harder, and it goes to show why I think Apex is probably the most complicated game, like outside of like MOBAs, who inherently are just informational sponges, right?
Yeah.
I think Apex itself as a shooter, BR, as a class in esports is an incredibly dense esport for teams or players to jump into, and I really like it. I mean, there's a
I mean,
lot. There's a
even
lot to think about in this game.
like XSET is like super nerds about this stuff, but even like the way that they figure out who teams are, like the dive trail colors, the first person who realized like, oh wait, like that team has the same color no matter where they go. And if I can just remember that TSM has a blue dive trail color, and if I ever see it again, I can maybe think that's TSM, you know?
Right.
I was
And
never aware
XSET
of
just
that.
knows that crap. So yeah, if you ever watch XSET clips in any match point lobby, they are the biggest nerds at identifying who
Shout
is
out to
the match
Hotzik,
point team.
bro.
Sykes is like stupid good at it. He was him and Oxygen are the only. I think it was Aiden. They're the only two people that knew that DZ was DZ on that Storm Point game.
Yeah,
They're the only two people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even his teammates are like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yep, that's DZ." He just saw their skins too. That's how he knew.
Yeah.
All right.
Below them.
All right. This I will try to rip through these because like I think we have better moments that we've already gone through. But again,
Great moment.
I
Love
take
this
so
moment.
much pride
This
in
was
like
such a great moment.
being. Yeah, I take so much pride in it being like the return to the land.
And now they have an opportunity to put Apex South on the map, to put Australia on the map. They've been performing all weekend long, but look at Luminosity Gaming. Here comes the Caustic Ultimate.
Also, I think Fallout does a really good job of building up the story, especially if you watch the whole game. Both him and Vicky do a really good job of building up the story of Reignite being like a relatively unknown team at the time.
Caustic, yes, you see them right here. Sharky gets taken down. They are repositioning right now. This is so difficult because now they're going to be in the line of sight of Optic Gaming.
Oh my gosh, Zero has a chance here. He makes it. JMW makes it as well. Down to 2. Can Reignite do it with a team of 2? It was obviously a car long range right there, so I wasn't intentionally making fun of my man. My man's been hitting shots all day long, all right? I'm sitting here just talking. That's all I do. My man, it's more than enough. On board with an overhead view right now.
Just trying to buy time.
Damn, bro.
Actually, ult LG and maybe mistakenly ruining this opportunity to keep Reignite out of this.
The mobile respawn beacon to act as makeshift cover here for Reignite. They get the res onto Sharky. They couldn't get the dirty. This is still winnable for Reignite.
They res Sharky. Sharky is back in the game. Full forces now for Reignite. Ganja has to drop. It's all up to
Back when he was Ganja Man, bro.
Ganja Man, dude.
The dome shield comes.
I forgot about that.
I didn't even catch that.
And hoping that they can ride this wave.
People used to think he was a cheater too.
The rock here.
Yeah, I remember that.
Respawn beacon to play off of Optic Gaming is engaging with Luminosity. Reignite to go in for the third party and take this entire victory.
LG is out. Optic Gaming skill gauge goes out as well. Zero's gonna do it. Wide left flank, and just like that, Reignite is gonna do it. They are your champions. Australia comes all the way to Europe and wins the ALGS Split 2 Playoffs Championship.
And not just that, the
teams,
only
Apex
European to ever win an
True.
international
Didn't think
land.
about
The
that.
only European. Shout out my boy JMW.
The other.
Well,
sorry, go ahead.
technically, Hal is of European descent, but
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
he
Don't
lives
you-
in Europe. Yeah.
Don't you dare put that shit on me right now.
I'm sorry.
Being able to like talk to Zero and get like his kind of point of view of this. I can't even remember if it included in that video, but like Zero kind of like told me that once Jen was sick, like he kind of gave up. He's like, oh, like this tournament doesn't matter. Like it's over. He's like, it's done. He's like, I've never, he thought like I might be misquoting him. Sorry to put this on blast, but Zero's a brutally honest guy. He thought JMW was horrible. He goes because like he had just switched a controller and he'd only been there for 6 months. He's like, so this guy's not gonna help us out. That's what he said.
Damn, bro.
But then after when they got in there and they started playing together, he like obviously his opinion kind of quickly changed, and they realized that they were putting some stuff together. And then on the finals day, they just said that they completely clicked and like just absolutely went off. I think from our conversations too, this clip's also interesting of no one knew that was Reignite and that they were on match point. So it's kind of, again, how the game's developed where now everyone kind of figures out who's in the lobby and where they are. No one knew at this time. Like,
I think
that gave them the ability.
In terms of the history of ALGS, like obviously this one being, because the momentum of year 2 being the re-entry to ALGS and like guys like us finally like really getting to experience the competitive scene in its full force with the new format, and then it all culminating in the first in-person LAN back Sweden, right? I mean, this was probably the most debated, most talked about moment of that entire LAN like hands down. And it goes, like you said, goes to show how
It
we
didn't
have
help
evolved.
that Fallout put Optic on blast on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Wow. Either way.
He was like, Optic, why didn't you reignite? And like added Skittle cakes, I'm pretty sure. Anyway.
I will just say, I still think this is such an incredible moment because it set up the reality of what kind of hype and direction exists behind this game as an esport. Like it goes so much further than just like up until this point we had been dealing with online match play, right?
And some no international
non-regionals.
Yeah.
And it was like this was the moment that like really set in stone, like, hey, this is going to be big. This is an esports that will hold its weight in gold one day.
Exactly. And I think it just truly showed how exciting Apex can be. Like that's what kind of like solidified it, at least. Well, not for me, but I think for a lot of viewers. Like I was always into Apex, obviously.
Yeah.
What's up, B-Rad? Winning with a sub is, yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. How's it going, man? Thanks for stopping by.
So shout out to B-Rad, by the way. Did you guys know that the APAC South preseason qualifiers are the most watched out of every other preseason qualifier?
I saw that
right
before I clicked live. I saw his tweet.
Yeah, going
like,
crazy.
Shout out to the boy, bro.
Awesome. Yeah, that's pretty good.
He dwarfs us over in NA and EMEA, bro.
You know.
Suck it, NA.
Yeah, suck it, NA. Hey, you know, APAC in the South been making a name for themselves. Like, you know, we're watching their win right here,
bro.
Yeah. And Mr. Meowie says like my least favorite win because honestly of how gifted it was. But
yeah,
a lot of people say that. I think I disagree because Reignite was like they were the point leader of that lobby. So maybe the end game was gifted. It wasn't as climactic as like the other wins that we've had and we've seen. But so Zephyr's dropping 7 right away. I was gonna drop it an 8. I think it's an 8 just for what it is.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
Oh, one big.
The gameplay, sure, but the fact that like. This is like so historic. Like this was the first ALGS win right here, technically. Like the first 2 lands were not ALGS. Like that was Apex. Right. Those are house, but this was not ALGS. And also when you look back on it, like, yeah, sure, the gameplay moment wasn't super special. It's a sub. It's the beginning of the Dark Zero legacy, Zero's legacy. If you want to talk about ALGS era only, DZ has 3 LAN wins to TSM's 2. I don't know. Like I feel like this was such a huge moment for the community because of what happened in COVID that I'd give it a 9.
Yeah, I bumped mine up to an 8.5. That's where I feel it's. I feel it's just because like of other moments now being so monumental, but like it's one that's
the clip itself is actually like if it was only the clip and the moment didn't exist, I'd give it like a 3. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the only great moment of the clip is the reset, but like the reset.
Yeah,
was
exactly. That's why it's a 3.
Yeah,
it's a free win. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
exactly.
No one focuses that the drop comes through. You're stacked up on that other side. I mean, all they have to do is literally shoot.
Yeah,
shoot bodies.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep it moving here. Again, we'll go through this one quick. I had to put in some clips. Zephyr stole them all at the 11th hour. Like I had clips in there.
13, bro.
Yeah, but like, cause none of mine were comp clips. None of mine were comp
clips. This is still a great moment.
But this is a great moment for sure. I'm just gonna
Since the other team, holy.
make sure. Yeah, I think I started at a good time.
I gotta throw him back there.
This was also pretty monumental because we didn't have any big tournaments
Do it now.
for a very long time in Apex.
Make him force bubble and then Cosmic called him. Oh my god, that nade was huge. I just cracked all 3 of them.
I cracked another one. We need to use this time to move up.
I Caustic ulted them. I Caustic ulted the outside of the bubble.
Young Vayne.
They're gonna have to do something on the other side, okay?
Give me side.
Let him go. Stop.
Yeah, let him go.
Walk up on
Vayne
on the right.
rips them all. Yeah, let him go. Let him go.
Give me one.
I'm bubbing.
Ooh.
The other team's still alive. We can back down from this and they have to fight.
Even the thought to pull back here, right?
Back down.
Grabbing, go.
Give me stack. Push up.
I'll get on me 100.
I got you. Let's go, boys!
Oh my god.
I love their like utter disbelief. They're like they can't believe it because this was their first game on match point. They were like in 8th place. Like it was their first game on match point. this was also a really controversial clip because although there was other teams running Valkyrie and they weren't the only ones, their oob play that happens like a little bit earlier ends up being really controversial because it gets them the spot, and like so much discussion after about oob plays with Valk, and you can arguably say that this influenced the Valk Gibby Caustic meta, which didn't maybe stick around for a long time, but I thought was pretty substantial in Apex.
I think it's another one of those clips where it's like history and context are what builds this. I think it's the very bare bones baby's first competitive like presence for a lot of these teams, and really starting to really adapt and show, you know, how you win it, how you make it happen. And this is technically before we really start breaking into that format, but it still cements and starts a lot of history for Onmu and Vayne and Scurry, and you know, it goes on to influence what would then be the narratives that we still talk about to this day. I think it's the very first piece of narrative that we still reference to this day when we talk about, you know, further Apex or competitive Apex presence. But the clip itself, I'll cement it probably around a 6.
Jay, how do you feel?
I'd give it like a 6.5. I agree. I think that like the clip itself is nothing crazy. I do think the moment's cool because SSG is also on match point here, and like the little small moment to understand
Shout out
like
Renegades.
Yeah, the position they had. Like Renegades was the only team not on match point there, and understanding the position they had to pull back and allow the two teams to fight was pretty big for them. So I like the clip, and I like the way that like those players' legacy goes on to be told even further from this moment. Vayne's story from here, them going on to be 100 Thieves. I like all of it. So yeah, I give like 6.5.
Yeah, I agree for all the same reasons. And like when I'm trying to think of like greatest moments, like again, not putting it up there, but I think it's a great moment. That's why I think the history adds to that. Like I think it does, the history and the impact that it ended up having on like future of Apex. That's what I think adds to that. So I'm not gonna put it like too low, but 6.5 is exactly where I feel comfortable with it.
Also, I just want to say people need to put more respect on those boys' names for pioneering the Gibby Caustic Valk meta, because Optic gets their respect for it, but those boys were doing it too. Like those two teams were the two teams running it in NA. Because I remember before this LAN, nobody did it because this tournament, Valk literally just came out and people were scared to run Valk because they didn't know how she would work. But them and Optic were like, let's just do it, and they proved it. They proved it right there.
No, that's why I said at the beginning, like, you know, they quite literally could have like influenced it. And like I saw Onmu at that time. I mean, I became a huge fan of that team. 100 Thieves was my team. I was gutted this past LAN. Like, but I saw Onmu as like the goated Caustic player. It was actually funny. Real quick side tangent. I don't post on it anymore. No one go find it. I mean, you can if you want to, but I have a TikTok that I actually started doing before YouTube. And like the second TikTok I made was a tier list of like characters at the time. And it ends up getting like 1 million views. I put Caustic in like E tier. I'm just being an asshole in the whole video, just trying to get clicks and views, to be honest. And Onmu responds to it, and he was like the first like Apex Pro or something like that to ever react to one of my things. And I backtracked so fast. He put like a sad face. He's like, "Why is Caustic so low?" I'm like, no. For you, he's S. For you, he's S. It's great.
Nah, bro. Caustic was stupid OP back then. I hated Caustic.
I miss it, bro.
Yeah.
I miss it. Now I have to settle for Fuse.
What is this? Why did I put this here? I don't even know why I put this here. What did I reference it to as? Oh, the 30-point game. I put my own video. I'll speed up a little bit, but I put the 30-point game just because
it's pretty good.
Again, if they won, I think this would be like one of the craziest moments in LAN history. It's the second highest points in a LAN. Am I mistaken? LG being the highest
LG got more.
Yeah, 2 more points.
That's what I'm saying.
Which was it not the same LAN? Just they did theirs in losers?
No,
there's a champs. There's a champs.
LG? No, it was the same LAN.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah. LG just did it in bracket stage.
Yeah, they did it in like winners or losers.
I think it was losers round 2.
Yeah, losers round 2.
Oh man. Great moment.
Fucking Watson bouncing around.
Match point, but they want to win this game. That's where he takes him down.
Oh my god. And NRG with a 20-kill win. 32 points.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And guess who's at match point format? It's
Yeah, and that was it. They put them on match point. We don't need to hear my whole commentary after, though. B-Rad says, what about 42 points? You mean LCQ? Wasn't the LCQ game?
Yeah,
the
that was talking about LCQ Apex
42
South.
points, and then they failed to, like...
And they still didn't
they failed
make
to
it,
crack
dude.
60. It was a great moment. I loved it. I remember watching it, like, because, again, I'd seen you, like, tweet about it. But then after, they failed to even... Like, they got, like, 62 points overall or something like that. They finished, like, 3rd or 4th. I think that crushes the moment there.
This moment specifically, I'd give it like an 8. I think the rivalry, with TSM during that LAN, and I still believe that to the mass audience, TSM NRG is the rivalry of Apex, and that was the peak of it. Most like at this point, probably not, but like at that moment, it was NRG TSM, and I thought it was still in terms of individual like dominance of a lobby in a finals game is the best finals game in terms of like overall points. So I think it's an 8.
Yeah, being that it was a finals lobby, like even though LG has the record for most points, it's like a 2. Like yeah, there's just what did I say here? I have the points, and then JHawk's videos right there is a 23 kill win. They got 32, so they had 20 kills. So it's 3-point difference, right? But being that this was finals, I think it was the most dominant performance, single game performance that I've ever seen, or at least from my perspective. So that's why I don't know if I throw it at 8, but I throw it at like a 7.5 still.
NRG, for people who don't know this, NRG sucked on Stormpoint. Like they were so bad. They averaged 4 points a game on Stormpoint that entire split, and then which is why they played so kill heavy on Stormpoint, because their macro was terrible, and then they just like destroyed that lobby.
Yeah.
I think the fact that
He's coming out here with a 2.
Go
ahead.
A 2?
No, that's what I'm thinking he's gonna say.
I was gonna say 20 kills gets a 2.
It's a 6 for me.
It's
just like, once again, it's just like a lot of context, and especially in this specific LAN, the fact that nothing really comes up of it. It's an incredible game, and the fact that it is an incredible game, and the right that they get 20 kills in one of the hardest lobbies in ALGS history, that gets it to the 6.
But
right?
isn't that what makes it a great moment? The content.
But think about the storyline, the rest of the LAN.
The YouTubers versus the caster.
It is a 6 right there. That is a 6
Zephyr,
for me.
think about the storyline, the rest of the next 4 games. It was TSM, NRG. Who can close it out? The 2 biggest rivals. They had trash talk, shooting bodies when they fought each other.
Great. That's great.
Sweet versus Hal.
JHawk farmed like
can they close it out? And they don't. NRG
made
gets second.
Between these two right here, they got at least 300,000 views.
No, like 400. I think JHawk farmed 300 of those. That's still like 90 and 206 and 140. That's 450,000 views worth of content right there, baby.
At least
that's the
at least
story
for me,
doing it.
I am oh so sour about NRG and their quality and performance. But
this was their best.
Great! Wow, this is what their best was. Like that's laughable in my opinion.
Second place is laughable,
bro.
B-Rad says he's with Zephyr. It really is the casters versus the YouTubers.
Bro, I hate to say it, but it's like you're only the best if you drop the wins, right? And in a single game major win with an incredible kill score is fantastic, but the context of continued failure after the fact. And then some, even to the point where they don't even exist anymore now, right? It's like, and they had so many years to do so, and this was their height. I look at all the other heights when we talk about Dark Zero and TSM, and hell, even Ascend in their moment against TSM in their own right, right? I mean, NRG's great.
NRG
I know, it sets up the
Ascend.
context. It sets up the context.
I did farm, look, like another,
the clip itself and the game itself is only oh so good. All right, it would.
Kills in a finals.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't sit here and ever think of this moment. I never think of NRG got this incredible game during this specific LAN and it highlighted the context. No, I think of down from the heavens, right? I think of all of those.
Yes,
think
but
bro.
that LAN was maybe it's just like I personally love the NRG TSM rivalry. Like I love it. It is one of my favorite parts of competitive Apex history. But that LAN was so unique because it's like imagine getting to see like LeBron and Michael Jordan go at it in a finals. Like you never will. But in Apex, that's what that felt like.
That's
Even
what I
like
mean.
a young LeBron versus Michael Jordan, like maybe LeBron hadn't proved anything yet. That's sweet. And they're just trading blows. Like, because back then, too, remember, everybody considered Sweet like arguably the best.
Yes.
Because, like, remember, TSM at this point, like, they hadn't won LAN and it had been 2019. So there wasn't the same argument that people have now of how winning LANs, Dark Zero was the only team technically to win ALGS LANs. And so back then, like Hal and Sweet were considered the guys. DZ was struggling, and these two titans are just trading blows. The storyline, the whole LAN, the rest of the way was can NRG or TSM win? And then Ascend kind of just pops up in that last game, you know?
Yeah.
It's good. It is good, but I still don't think it's like single memory clip worthy. Right?
Okay.
I will agree in terms of individual clips because it's a full game.
It's a full
game.
It's a full game.
And like, I just like I said, it's.
But that's why I'm talking moments.
Can we? If we're talking about like the grand scale of that entire playoffs, yeah, it's an awesome storyline. You have Ascend, NRG, and TSM, right? And you're right. TSM NRG was the big storyline, but I mean,
which. To be fair, that's why it's clear. To be fair, that's why it's clear that the TSM clip of this LAN, like a couple games later, is the only 30 we got on this list so far. So,
I will say too, I think this was like peak storytelling during a LAN because I don't think there's ever been a rivalry that fans have cared more about than NRG TSM. It was heated at that point, and it made it so easy. Even Dark Zero TSM, the only rivalry actually there is winning LANs.
Yeah.
But, like, you know.
Which is crazy that we didn't build that up more. Huge, like, mean shout out to the folks behind the scenes production, because I wasn't a part of it by this point. But we really dropped the ball not making Dark Zero and Jen, Sharky, and them early on, obviously what turns into Zero later on, not making that the highlight and that the staple of competitive versus. And the only reason that doesn't occur is because NRG and TSM share the same region. And you need to have the bad guy within the region. And to be honest, I think the Dark Zero TSM rivalry was way more entertaining in terms of the actual quality and skill set. Because NRG has never been capable of winning.
The only LAN in which DZ TSM actually was a true rivalry was Split 2 playoffs. Because DZ was pretty bad at this LAN. They got 13th. Like, they were struggling. They had no impact on the Split 1 playoffs results almost at all. And they barely snuck in there because ESA won in 5 games. Like, they had no right actually even being in that LAN because they were pretty bad in Split 1. And then Champs, they don't even make finals. I think if DZ makes finals and Champs, that storyline would have been better than this NRG one, especially if they actually, like, battled. But in terms of, like, story building in a LAN, this moment, like, it stands top for me.
I was going to say the same thing. Like, I think the rivalry between Dark Zero TSM would have been bigger if they made finals. Unfortunately, because they didn't, that rivalry ended up falling flat, which then makes it, like, if we really want to put it, like, in comparison, makes this one kind of stand out a little bit more in terms of what's the better rivalry.
I don't think this is actually a better rivalry. I just think that in the actual finals lobby, like that, the storytelling that was able to happen during that finals has not been touched because there's never been 2 rivals battling like that outside of Split 2 playoffs when it was DZ TSM. That's the only one that's ever come close.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to by, like, better rivalry. Yes. But yeah, so that's fair. I think, like, we see it at different perspectives. We got casters here, we got casters here, we got versus YouTubers. Like, it's like who takes it. Like, I think there's, like, some bias in there. Like, who, like, really held on to those storylines, right?
There definitely is. I can't, like I said at the beginning, I can't deny that, like, NRG TSM rivalry was such, like, a defining moment in Apex for me. Like, I loved that rivalry. I still, to this day, think that's the only time that the players themselves have actually done a proper job at building a story.
Yeah.
against each
Exactly.
other.
Exactly.
Because Sweet was, I mean, come on, Sweet is very aware of like the marketing that goes into that kind of moments, and TSM does too. It's where no other rivalry even like comes close in terms of like the way the players built it. Like Alliance Furia was cool because they held up the sign, but it was like one contest type thing, you know?
Yeah. It'd be cool.
Alliance actually, to their credit though, they do try to do that stuff. Them versus Dojo, them versus Furia. But
Yeah, that's
anyway,
what I was gonna say.
anyway.
The Dojo one. Okay, points. We got 8 from me. Jay talked me up to an 8. Actually, I'm gonna go. Yeah, just even to throw a little spite at Zephyr, I'll go with an 8.
I was an 8.
And you were an 8.
What are you,
no,
what
I
are
thought you were a
talking
9.
about?
You said
No,
9,
no,
Jay.
This is not the right.
Did I say?
row.
I think I said
Here,
8.
bro.
Am I?
It's up here.
Yeah, I said 8. I said 8. Yeah. He already put them in. Zephyr already put the numbers in.
Oh, you did? Okay, sorry.
And just because of this discussion, it's a 3
fine.
now.
Oh,
That's crazy.
What is
That's
this one?
crazy.
ALGS Championship. Oh, I guess we're going through this now. I almost didn't include this, but then after, I guess, just because it's so recent, we were talking about so much, I guess we gotta have this in here. We gotta have this in here. The 3 back-to-back games. It's tough. Some people in my chat have already been saying that this is the best clip, and there's no debate about it. Fem's got this at 4?
This is definitely not the best
This
clip.
is not the best clip of all time.
Not the best.
I will say, if you want to show all 3, selfishly, you can go to my video about TSM because I thought it slapped when I did all 3.
I'll just say this: it's not a great clip. Inherently, it is once again, it's one of those moments where it's the context outside of it, right?
That's
It's
the only reason why I put
the
this moment.
3
Like, yeah.
TSM wins, right? I think this is one of those games where it's like
one from winners back is better. I agree, Chrono.
it was Digi Day, bro. You know, like that's what I
Digi-Day.
remember from this.
I'll give it
land.
a 6.
I'll give it at least a
Wait,
7 because
are we
it
talking
still
about the
is
clip or the
greatest
moment though?
winners.
Are we talking about the clip
Wait,
or the moment?
are we talking about like the 3 wins in a row
Yeah,
as a
3
moment?
wins in a row. Like let's.
Okay,
let's
then
I
I
want to
give
get
it.
it clear.
I give it a 9.
Yeah, I want to be clear. I'm putting this in here just like as something to watch because I don't want to go through and watch every single end game.
I'll give it an 8.
8. I think I'm gonna go with a 9 because the comeback's kind of crazy. Like you want to say this final game, there was
That's
things that
true.
kind of were gifted
3
to
in a
them,
row.
but 3 in a
Comeback,
row, like
3
the
in a
comeback,
row.
yeah.
Never been done before. I mean, yeah, I'd give it a
2
9.
lands a year, like yeah, I'm giving this one a 9 as well.
Also, I mean, once again, we can't ignore it's TSM, which elevates the moment to the masses even more.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's
The
a great
super jersey,
there's a
bro.
great follow up to this clip. Let me get this. I think this clip right here I think shows the weight that this moment held. What we can see here, when we go to the fans, right? So first Raven's crying, right? But we go to the fans and we
Look
have
at me.
JHawk here. Absolutely, everyone.
I am
Look,
stunned.
every single person is clapping. Every
I'm
single person
stunned.
is clapping, and JHawk is flabbergasted and going.
I was just
"Holy
sitting
shit,
there-
The video.
In my mind, I was just like, they literally like, they won 3 games in a row. Like,
Can I just say you were not alone there, bro? There's no camera feed of it,
Yeah.
but I looked exactly like JHawk. The only difference was that I was up on desk already. Like
Yeah.
I ran.
He does
I
start
remember.
clapping now, by the way.
I was about to say, the NRG and Optic game or at game 4 influenced me so much that at the end, as this game was like getting to it and we were starting to get into games like the later games of Matchpoint, I stopped watching them from the green room and just started watching them from the audience, just
Yeah.
obviously up by caster's desk. And there is a video. Rain Day, literally when there was like 5 teams remaining, started a phone recording. He's the only person who has it, and I would love to see it one day. But he has a video of the audience reacting to TSM slowly achieving what would become of obviously their championship win. And it has all of the other casters like who were up there like reacting to that moment of just like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way they get away with this, and they do it again.
Just like the reason I was so shocked right there is because like going in, everybody's like, oh yeah, like TSM's gonna win, and then the way the first 5 games go, like TSM didn't do anything. Like they were so bad, they were getting
done.
ratted early by Dojo and dying fast. Like like that was the first moment that I've truly felt like in any ALGS LAN, TSM is gonna get embarrassed. Like they're in 17th, 16th. Like this is gonna be their worst performance ever. This is so bad. and somebody else is finally gonna lift the trophy. DZ's not here. TSM is sucking. It's gonna be Optic or FaZe or Dreamfire or Blackhand or somebody, and then they win the game 6, and you're like, okay, like TSM, like they gotta win. Maybe they can claw it back. And then you get a wall zone, and then they win game 7, and you're like, there's no way that they win 3 in a row.
Right.
And then they win 3 in a row, and you're like TSM truly is inevitable. If you don't go for the head like with Thanos, if you give them too much time, they will come back.
When this game started and where I saw the zone where the zone was gonna be, I kind of laughed because I was like, oh, this is where they this is almost the exact same zone they won last time. Right? It's a storm, and I said that at the beginning of this game. Also, too, on top of this game, my stream are a bunch of degenerate gamblers. They got nothing for Twitch points. They want to gamble. So we're like, put the TSM 3 back-to-back wins, and let's see it. It's not going to happen. Let's see it. And then it fucking happened. But like,
even in this game, I actually thought TSM threw because they sat on the hill for so long outside a wall waiting. And for the record, them doing that gate kept Optic and some other I think it was Realize. They gate kept them and made them go around and die in Command Center because they sat there forever. And I was like, they're gonna lose because they were so slow to figure out where the zone is. And then they still won.
What was I gonna here? I was gonna show you guys this is why I have to put it at 9. Like in the moment, this is why I can't be a caster. You mentioned being a caster at the beginning. No, look, I can't be a caster. You have to hear me.
They're not gonna just win. They're gonna take first place.
Even my screaming in this moment kind of like honestly I cringed it a little bit, but like let me just get towards the end.
Other squads
Look at his face.
Yeah. I'm literally profusely sweating. I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep, guys.
Bro.
Guys, I think it's impossible. The other squads are killing each other.
Whenever Starfight didn't drop on them and they fought Blackhand, I knew TSM won.
I think
It made it feel a little anticlimactic in this moment because I just knew I literally in the crowd, the guys I was next to, I was like, if whoever gets that spot wins. And then they went and fought for it, and TSM got it, and I was like, they win.
TSM's team fighting is just way better.
Like,
it's just way better.
I'm struggling.
Bro, you're
guys.
like,
I'm dying.
Bro, you're fucking
Oh
that.
my God.
It's gone.
The wall comes down.
He stands up. He's holding his knees.
I like
literally
this.
am.
I like this.
Hands on my knees.
Didn't you like almost pass out or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys when I almost pass out. You don't understand how hot it is in this room. I'm dying of heat right now in this jacket. Where is it?
What are the ults looking like?
Also, just for the record, How going over totally through because his teammates didn't know there were fences. But Starfight didn't know. They didn't see him.
Everyone says from the heavens. Look at me. Ready? I know they want it.
They fucking did it! You gotta be kidding me! Oh my God! They did it again! We don't get a new winner! How is this possible?
Watch me closely. Watch me closely. Watch my eyes. Watch my eyes right here. Right there. In that moment, I almost passed out. I swear on my life. I actually blacked out for a second and then came back right in there. I was like, what the heck?
Not real, dude.
So that's
not real.
Someone actually told me in my comments I was faking my reactions. I was like, you think I'm faking?
Nah, bro. If you know the ALGS history and you've been here for years, there's only one reaction to this moment. You can literally see the difference. See all those fake TSM fans? Look at JHawk in the crowd. That's a real Apex fan because you would stand there and just be like,
yeah.
I was so ready for someone else to win, dude. Like I love TSM, I love DZ, I love the continuation of their dominance. I love it. But I was so ready, and it felt like someone is gonna do it. Like Optic would be such a cool storyline. An APAC South team again with Dreamfire or Blackhand and the dominance they showed. Even FaZe, because I freaking predicted them to win. If I was right, I would have been so cocky on Twitter for a week.
I was gassing up Blackhand this entire game, and Blackhand almost won it. They just had to win the fight against TSM. I'm throwing this back one at a 9.5. Actually, I'm bumping it up another half point. From the Heavens, I think, does top it for me, but casting it and everything the entire weekend, this, for me, I think it's the most unforgettable moment in Apex. That I had, this stream entirely, I had bias there. It was crazy.
It's a great moment.
I like it.
It is.
Also, I want to shout out Hunter for following. That's the actual Hunter. I was just watching this guy's videos today. Love it. Thank you for dropping the follow here. Appreciate that.
All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah.
We ended up. I thought this one would be quick. We were like, but then after we realized we're talking about the moment, not just the.
Let's speed run the rest of these.
Let's speed the run. Okay, we'll speed run these. This one, funny moment. Don't think they are reading YouTube chat, but this is funny. Keep the great content. Oh, I am. I'm trying my best. Sorry, there's lots going on with talking.
I love
appreciate
this
that. It's really low quality, but this is the whole clip. How do you not include this as like one of the most iconic clips of all time?
This is the epitome of Kings Canyon right here. It's still to this day is bad.
This isn't bad quality. I had a better quality clip.
It's okay.
Showed. But like it gets
the audio is what makes the clip, honestly.
Well, what I want to see is it's actually impeccable that there are no guns on the floor.
Yeah.
There's no guns. How is it possible? There's nothing.
At this point, he's passed like 6 different loot spots, by the way.
You know he was on the original TSM Apex squad. It was him, Prodigy, and Hal.
Yeah.
I think this made him retire. I think this made him retire right here.
This is 8 loot spawns already.
Look.
Purple.
Nice, dude. Thanks for focusing.
Look how many loot pills he goes to.
Here's his 9th loot
This
spot.
single-handedly changed the King Canyon loot.
Look,
what are you doing?
We chased him for so long.
10 right there. 10 loot spots.
Thank you.
11, 12.
Oh my god.
There's just nothing on that mat right there.
He's at a second POI.
This, bro. Somebody clip this.
Right,
Somebody, I'm uploading this to Twitter. I cannot handle
Look,
it.
3 shields, bro.
Why the fuck do you have a job? Why do you have a job? Why is there 3 armors? Why?
They're all white.
Oh my god.
Have you guys ever seen Nick Merckx react to this? He just replays it like 100 times.
I think the triple white armors is the best part for me.
That's like 16 loot spots.
Chasing me the whole lobby!
Give me a gun!
You fucking idiots!
Oh my god. Okay, for non-comp clips, this has to rival.
Give me a gun!
Like, I don't think it's been seen as much, but like this has to rival that Shiv clip.
I don't think it's as good as the Shiv clip, but in terms of all time, that is probably one of my favorite Apex.
Yeah,
clips.
it's up there.
Yeah.
In terms of non-comp clips, I think it's right behind the Shiv clip.
Yeah.
Whatever my Shiv clip is rated, I'll give it literally.
Whatever.
You guys did 10, I think. Yeah, you guys both did 10. So I think 9 and
9.5.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 9.
9's all around. Everyone's look at the chat's loving this one too.
It's good. It's so good.
Yeah, Goomba sent this in.
Clip,
I had the I had the shortened clip, but Goomba sent the full clip in. I was like, oh, that's perfect, because like you would have only seen the screaming at the end. Goomba's clip was the perfect one to show how many loot spots he went to.
I just love when he gets so frustrated. He's like, "Why do you have a job?" Like, he went from being mad at the game to mad at the developers. Like, what is happening?
And the cherry on top is quite literally the guys chasing him the entire time.
Yeah.
So, like, not
The
giving
entire
up.
time so far.
Not
And they're missing every shot, and he just quits.
We'll rip through this one really quick. This one, I'm thinking gave really low. Again, it was my video.
Bro's hyping himself up so hardcore half the time.
no one edits these. Like, I can't find these clips edited together like smoothly anywhere.
Fine.
It's hard finding old clips, for the record.
Yeah,
it is.
I have a video where I'm attempting to find some old clips, and it's hard.
If you need a hand, I'm more than happy to help.
Yeah, no, I was actually gonna ask you afterwards.
Yeah, let me know. It's basically that he just this kind of like made Monsoon, like, in a sense.
Yeah,
not
no, it
entirely.
did.
He was a pro player at the time. But this really like helped take off his career, and it's a
start.
very
It's
talked about clip.
It's a career
Personal
start.
testimony. This is how I found out who Monsoon was.
Yeah.
I remember this clip. I didn't know who he was before this.
And then if you want to talk about like impact on like YouTube and everything like that, Monsoon.
Of course, the
Apex story.
What
Like
the heck?
1.8 million views. It was when
Yeah.
Apex was in its prime, but 1.8 million views on like the literal like homeless to pro. He one-tap shouted and it changed his life. Like impactful, like iconic moment. I think I'll still like in relative to everything. I think I'll give it like a 4. I think I will. But I think it's
That low?
like a 4 or 5.
I was gonna give it like a 7.
I was
You're
gonna give it at least
7?
an 8.
I was gonna give it like I'll give it like a 5. But
Like
I
the
guess
clip itself, is
The
nothing
clip itself
crazy,
is
but
nothing
like
crazy, but the context. We've talked about
Yeah.
Hardeki in much the same way earlier, and a few others. It's like that's history in the making,
Okay.
right? It still averages out at 20 out of 30, right? It's
and this
still
was
like
On
this
par
is
with the
back
Madness
when
1v3.
this is back when like these like Apex was so new that there were no like true personalities yet. So seeing someone do that to Shroud and then like Monsoon became what he became, like it was, I don't know, it was just very cool.
it's important.
Like, yeah.
You know what? For the sole purpose that it's the third most viewed video on my channel, I'll go back up to a 7.
Also, let the record show too that like Monsoon very shortly after this, like becomes the best player in the world.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he was insane. And this
It's-
is what gave people the recognition to actually see his talent on full display when the time came.
If we talk about all that context, then yeah, wholeheartedly agreed for sure. But what's it called? I think that again, in my sense, I was talking about it because the physical clip, the impact, and everything like that, I think is what is really good. They're coming, Meowie. They're coming. They're coming. We're trying to speed through these here because I went with 13 clips. This is my Shiv clip submission that I wanted in here. I thought this one was hilarious, but
This is a great clip.
definitely probably doesn't hold. This is actually his most viewed clip on his Twitch channel.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I
This
couldn't
is
find
a
it,
great
and then
clip.
after I just went to his most viewed clips.
I love this clip.
So for context, he's teamed up with a cheater right now, if anyone doesn't know.
And the cheater jumps out.
He doesn't know. I'll find a way to put him somewhere, though. I'm going to make a video about it, too, where you can see the whole stream.
Later, bitch. Nice aimbot, pussy. Nice aimbot. My
Is-
now. You fucking hoes. My fucking who now. You aimbot.
I
they
love
fucking
Shiv so
pussies.
much, dude.
Die, motherfuckers.
Oh man.
the little ring at the end, too. And, like, him picking up the card to make him stay in the game longer. This is,
I give it an 8.
yeah.
Right behind the other Shiv clip and the one that we just did.
7.5.
No, I'll throw this to an 8. That's a great one. Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Like, I love his laugh when it, like, I just have to really quickly
Shiv is
play the
just
laugh
such an
right here.
entertainer, man. He
Yeah.
is such an entertainer.
I love Shiv so much. I'm so sad that he is as hurt as he is. Just because, like, ever since Shiv has like been through a little bit of the content drought in a way, like he still works really, really hard, but like obviously there's the early era of Shiv
Yeah.
and his dominance being like hands down one of the greatest players of all early Apex history, right? To where he is now, like he's playing through Pro League qualifiers right now, and I think he will
Yep.
get back into Pro League. I really
He's with
do. I think-
Mandy, so
yeah, I think solo queue goats
Oh,
will do
shit.
it. But man, oh man, I have missed this Shiv. I love
Yeah.
this dude.
Imagine Shiv in the Bangalore meta.
Oh,
Prime Shiv, solo Q, man. Those are the
Dude.
days.
Okay, what do we say there?
So sad, bro.
What was it?
I said
788? Yeah, 788. I'm skipping this one. I put this in here because I thought I didn't have a lot. That's not as impactful.
Hold on, that was Timmy's solo to Masters, right?
No, that's 9K damage. This is the one I did.
Oh.
Yeah. This one. 9K damage is big, but like I think that the Solar Masters, think of it in the moment again. Like
Yeah,
the
this is
whole
one of the
stream.
one of the first major moments. Granted, Timmy is literally
Yeah.
full of these. Like, I cannot count offhand how many like incredible things Timmy has pioneered for
Yeah.
the scene as a streamer.
100%.
And now he's a pro player, which is fucking insane.
And I love that Jen is here.
Now, I say now. He was previously as well, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Jen with his horrible mic.
It's good.
Hunter's right. Like this is probably the best Apex stream of all time. And like on top of it, well, right behind this current stream that we're doing.
Okay.
But yeah, but yeah, yeah, like, but like, what's it called? He had 100K concurrent viewers, like absolutely unreal. And then I've never seen the entire Apex community like rally behind something as much as they did around this stream. Like they really did. Like there was pro players all day going in to help him. I wasn't like it was Daltouche like, oh, that's Timmy, like leave him. Like he's gotta get this, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone rallied behind him. Easy 10 in my books. It's an easy 10 in my books. That's I'm putting
And
it up there.
it's never been the same ever since. Any solo run, any rank run, anything, like obviously time has changed, but like it's special.
Yeah.
It's special for that.
I will say it's not on this moment, but the closest that any stream has ever come to this, I think, was Sweet doing the no damage run to show how broken ranked was. Because like
So
I remember
fun.
when he and he hit it in 18 hours. Like he did it
less than
so
24 hours.
fast. The whole stream itself wasn't crazy, but the final
You had
moment
to be there,
of
or you missed it.
him hitting it, going to the stats and showing 0 kills, 0 damage, it was like a crazy moment. But this moment, I would give it a 10, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think this made Timmy, but it elevated him to the point that he was like cream of the crop streamers, surpassing not just Apex, but like as a streamer, you know, like huge viewership, everything.
That's what it was. It didn't. Okay, this is what I think made Timmy be able to like now transcend Apex. Like that's what it was. That's what it was. Which is
and
funny.
this is. I mean, I don't know if this is the first ever solo bronze to Pred, but this is like what made them so popular.
So
like
he had done solo to masters in one stream, and he did that one, and it was not as like taxing. Then he did solo to Pred, but like getting Pred was what was really taxing. So yeah, it's funny. No one even talks about or even remembers the solo to masters he did that was before this. Then he did this. Then everyone else started doing it. No one was really doing it in one stream, and I don't think anyone's ever really gone for Pred again, like solo to Pred.
It's because it's so hard, dude.
Yeah,
you have to do it so fast. I mean, like Sweet did it, but that was just because the system was broken, and he hit masters in 18 hours, which was enough to be Pred.
Yeah, because of the first day, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But other than that, like it's very hard.
All right, where are you rating this one? I say 8, just because the history.
I gave it a 10.
I said 10. I'm gonna actually go 9 because now I remember it too. Jen Burton stream sniped him so he could solo queue to get it.
I mean, it's still
but
the
that's
general
what I mean.
entire thing.
yeah. I mean, also I don't know if you guys saw when Timmy did an interview with the Apex. He talked about this moment and how he was like down bad, like he was about to quit because of how exhausting it was, and then Jen saved him. So
yeah, that's
but
why
I'll give it a 9.
That's why I'm giving it a 10 still, because like okay, like I guess technically the skill of him getting it at the end wasn't him, but the skill of staying up for 55 hours. Are you kidding me?
It balances out though, because people were stream sniping him to kill him.
As
I bet.
well.
So
yeah, and then 50,
it probably balances out.
55 hours straight, like yeah. I am going with that one. Do we want to do Dizzy hosts Wig?
I mean,
we gotta watch it. I just love Wig's reaction. We gotta watch it.
This is another one of those like moments in history, bro.
Yeah.
Unlike the Timmy, this is literally when Wig became Wig. Like this is the moment that gave him the attention.
Yeah, I tapped you a little bit there.
Now, like I don't know, top 3, top 5 most influential streamer, especially when it comes to ALGS. Like,
I think he is the most influential streamer, I would say, for the competitive.
I'm playing with Dizzy.
Yeah.
I'm playing with Dizzy. I'm
Outside
playing
of
with
obviously
Dizzy.
the pro players and stuff like how.
It's Dizzy.
I would argue he's more influential than How.
Oh my God.
Streamer personally.
I agree. I put him even against the pro players.
I'm playing with Dizzy.
To a degree.
What is going on? Yo, guys, thank you so much for being here, man. I'm freaking out.
Man.
I'm freaking out. I'm the #1 controller player on PC. Much love, guys. What is going the fuck on, bro? No
OG
fucking way.
controller, bro.
Guys, you don't understand, man.
Back when it was him and Snipe, baby.
Yeah.
Everybody thought Roller was so bad.
Now everyone's Roller, dude.
Yeah. Oh, the longbow was heavy ammo.
Oh my God, dude.
It's so old too. It's season 1, funny enough. It's not even season 0, but
No way he just hosted me, bro. There's no way he just hosted me.
Damn, bro.
There's no way I have 10,000
they played a bunch of games together because Dizzy was trying to do the caustic like shield, like put the caustic barrel. They played a bunch of games together. Like this video doesn't show it.
Wake me up, I'm dreaming.
10,000 viewer rate is crazy too.
That is, yeah.
What the hell, dude? What is going on?
And Dizzy was on another level at that time in terms of streamer
Yeah,
size.
he was the face of Apex.
Yeah.
No way, this is real life, dude. There's no way.
Damn, dude. It's crazy how things change.
Hey, look, Wig rated me. I'm biased. That would never
I'd
happen.
give this clip.
Never happen.
I'd give this a 10 personally.
That's all I want, man.
I give it.
All I really wanted to do is
Yeah, I
stream,
give it a
dude.
9.5.
I give it 9.5 because, like I said, I'm biased as shit.
I'm
What can I
also.
say?
I think the context of it being like, if this had never happened, and also it's like, it's probably one of the most genuine, real moments of like, this is what happens when you give the right person the right attention, right? And it does not happen often, right? There's not a lot of times where that like this has ever occurred in history. And like Nicewig getting that opportunity and then running with it and becoming the man we see today is, it's one of those, it takes a million variables, irreplicable, and damn, dude, every single time I watch this, it's probably one of the most emotional clips. Except for one.
It makes me feel super emotional. I'm biased because like I said, I think that Wig is like arguably the most influential person in competitive Apex of all time because yes, Hal is like the guy, but Wig showing off every single region. He's doing watch parties for South America, APAC North. Like he wanted to watch APAC North PSQ the other day. Like this guy is like he is putting so many people on because Dizzy put him on this one time. Like I don't know, it's just super cool to see him. Like he always raids people. He always is showing love to everybody. Like I don't know. I love this moment because of who he became and the impact he's had on so many people's lives.
So many people are saying it still makes me cry. It's how the Wig got them into competitive. I know I like not to talk about my videos the whole time. Like the only reason I'm bringing up the video I did on Wig is because in terms of reaction to videos I've done, I've never seen like the whole Apex community react to something like how it impacted their lives so much. Like the comments about how Wig changed their life, how Wig like helped them through tough times, how Wig got them to Apex, how Wig did this, how that, and like it all started because of this. That's where I also like throw in my bias, calling it like up there with like a 9.5 or probably the greatest clips of all time, because I've been able to now see like on the mass scale like how many people he's like been able to help out and touch, and I've done like other videos and I've never had that kind of reaction ever again. So yeah, it transcends, again, even more than just the game at this point. So, big clip there. It's a good one. That's, that kind of comes very close to...
what are the last ones?
The last ones are Dizzy with the Twitch rivals. This APSU clip we won't do.
I added another one.
You added one more. Okay, let's do these last two right here. We'll go 1, 2. The other one is just the ASU, like, kick clip. Like, it's a great clip. It's really iconic in terms of ASU. But I don't think it's, hold on, I closed one of them down. I don't think it's the clip that is the greatest moment in Apex history from what we're seeing. This is just like the first Apex tournament.
Yeah.
This is what made Dizzy Dizzy.
All dead, all dead. Let's go, dude.
I put just the end of it, I think.
I know. Push, I'm coming to the loot.
Yeah.
So like, don't focus on just the clip. Think the tournament context.
Just push north. We all know they're here. You know.
More happened.
I miss old Apex kind of.
Yeah, I miss the feeling
Ninja,
of
that's
old
not your
Apex.
kill. Why are you taking my loot? Sorry, no, I'm kidding.
Oh, I started really short. I'll play it in the background as we kind of like talk about it here. It's just the fact that like he was better than everyone. No one knew who he was. Toe to toe with guys like Shroud, carrying Ninja, who because of Fortnite at the time was seen as this god gamer, like better than everyone in the game. Yeah, like
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember coming home from school. I was in high school at the time. I think I was like a sophomore almost. No, it was 2019. I was a senior. Yeah, I was a senior in high school when Apex came out. And I remember we would come home and we'd talk about Shroud and Dizzy and them. And like I would try to play Apex on a PC that couldn't even run it. But I would try because like I remember it's moments like this and like watching videos like this that like very early on and just seeing like how insane and cool this game could be if like you were good at it, and like no other BR or FPS at the time had this kind of expression to it. And I just like
yeah, I agree. This is the I mean, I was playing Apex a lot, but this is probably the reason I got into like the hardcore reason I got into competitive Apex, because I just wanted to see how Dizzy would perform when they got to things like LAN. So
I give it a 7.
I'll go with JHawk and give it a 7.
Yeah, just
I don't even think personally this is Dizzy's like best.
It's not his best clip.
Moment.
No.
Like not in terms of like skill, I mean, but like when when it was him, King Richard, and Asu, and like they won that like first actual like ALGS, well not ALGS, but like where it wasn't content creator tournament, you know, where it wasn't like Ninja was in it, you know what I'm saying? And so
Like, was it a Twitch Rivals though? Because I remember like more.
yeah, it was remember it was the Twitch, or it was more. It was not King
Asu,
Richard, it was
yeah,
more. Yeah.
Asu
And it was when they won that one. I think that's Dizzy's best clip personally.
Yeah, I think there's better clips. Like again, I was going for the moment here, the impact of it. I think just because like
it is huge playing with Ninja though.
Yeah, I think all that stuff, and this was the first like Apex event. This was like 2 weeks after Apex came out. I'm just gonna give it an 8 because of that. Like I think this is what started it off. Okay.
And we can't forget like this being what put Dizzy on. Obviously goes on to put Nicewig on. You know, it's a chain effect.
It's a cycle, bro.
We have
it really is. And then yes, the El Newlands one. At the most.
I think I added this in just because I think this is probably one of my favorite moments of all time in all Apex. Like obviously this happens at champs, but this is such an incredible moment.
I missed a big portion of this during champs. Like I was streaming the whole day. I think I took a break.
So
I was
I'm
kind of
sorry,
like
I apologize,
a little
but
bummed
I'm
out that I didn't see it.
Crying, so I'm just gonna cry my whole way through this. Before I answer that question, I just want to say that it is like an incredible honor to be here, and I'm just very, very overwhelmed with the energy and. The honest answer as to what got me into voice acting is my accent, because I moved to America and never did Scottish become more fashionable. So yeah, so it was like when I moved there, I guess How to Train Your Dragon had just come out, so everybody wanted Scottish, so
they put on the music and
ended up booking a lot of different games and a lot of different projects, so yeah.
I do love How to Train Your Dragon.
Yes.
All right, big fan of the accent. So I heard this is your first ALGS.
Yes.
How are you liking it?
Like I said at the beginning, the minute I walked in, I burst out crying. I've cried about 50 times since then. I mean, this for as a voice actor and oh my God, I'm gonna start crying. As a voice actor and especially as the voice of Horizon and seeing like her be up there and me not missing this moment and knowing that this is what it's all about. Like this is why I do this. You know,
I missed this. I didn't get to see any of this.
Very cool moment in person, honestly, to see the whole fan base rally around someone who's like actually helped make the game, you know?
I speak for the community. We love you. We appreciate everything you've done.
I think the reason why this stands out to me more than anything is that especially between guys like us, and especially the people that are here at this event, it's so easy to see us and get wrapped up in the competitive side of things and the histories and the TSMs and the NRG. But this is one of the few times when I've felt like Apex extends past the love of comp, and it is simply just the love of Apex, right? And this is one of those moments that I think has never been outdone. Like there's no interview that has ever come close to this, given the emotion and the general, obviously, support.
Should I keep talking?
And I think it's cool too because for so many, like, I feel like we as the competitive community especially can get very wrapped up in like the devs don't care, the people who make this game don't care, and this was like an actual representation of the people who helped make the game, like love the game, you know? And obviously she's not a dev or all these kind of things, but she like helped make the game what it is. And I feel like there's a lot more people behind the scenes that probably feel just as proud and emotional about the game and seeing where it is and the competitive theme and all that stuff that don't necessarily get the love that they deserve. So it was very cool. It like humanized the people that make the game for a lot of people, I think.
I think this is also a big thing for me. You see a lot of this in a lot of bigger esports, like League, especially, right? Valorant, you know, a lot of what Riot does, Dota in their history as well. I mean, CSGO. There is a lot of things and what feels like I don't know, there's a level of connection to all pieces that make up of Apex. And I feel like as a community, sometimes we stand slightly divided in a sense of how we analyze, view, and support the different facets of Apex Legends. And this was one of those moments where it's just like, this is Apex Legends. We're not here at Champs. We're not in the moment thinking about TSM or whomever. We're here because we love Apex.
This community is the absolute bee's knees.
She says like the space bomb.
Awesome.
One final thing.
I'll throw in my thoughts at the end.
Oh yeah, she's about to say the voice line. Great moment.
Horizon voice line right now.
So many. Okay. When you're a master of black holes, relativity becomes, well, relative.
Great moment.
That was so great. I felt like I was playing
Favorite moment from Champs.
Listen, I really
That's
want you to
amazing.
know
Yeah,
I
I'm
speak
sure
for
like
every
even
single
being
person
there,
here. I
like
speak for every
probably
single
felt
person who
so
plays
much
it.
different.
Oh,
on top.
imagine getting to meet her in person. Just
Oh,
personally.
Yeah,
It's
you guys,
awesome,
you guys got to.
Oh yeah.
I didn't. Zephyr probably did. I didn't.
Yeah, if we don't.
She is awesome.
I honestly, I don't know. I'm so torn. I wish I went. I was gonna buy a ticket the day of to go. Like not the day of, like literally 3 days out. I was like, I should go. I didn't obviously, but no, you're right. That was an absolutely amazing moment. Actually, if you guys are, I actually don't feel like ranking that moment because I would feel really weird being like, yeah, that's an amazing moment. I give like 8.5 and compared to like thing. I wouldn't rank it. I would just put that up there as, like you said, probably your favorite moment, one of the most impactful, and something that just shows like why we all love Apex as a game.
I added one more clip.
10.
That also I don't
say
feel
it's a
like
10, bro.
Yeah. I also don't feel like this one necessarily deserves to be ranked, but this is it is in my video because I don't know where it is,
No,
but
it's okay.
this is when gosh, now I'm blanking on their name. This is when MDY White found out they qualified for LAN. I'll give context afterwards.
Yeah.
1插5多1插5多少？1插5第4啊！你们进了呀？我们进了。Nice！ 啊！来死的呗！我操！帅死了！你们进了呀？直播。哦哟哎呦，吓死吓死！哎呦。操，其实真的。
That's so good.
我们进了。
So basically, for anyone who doesn't know, MDY White, this is their first ever LAN they qualified for. Their IGL Feiju's the guy who's crying. He has played Apex since 2019, since the game came out. He has grinded the pro scene. He qualified for one LAN prior, and I think wasn't able to go due to visa issues or something like that. And after 4 years of grinding competitively, finally qualifies for his first ever LAN after balling out in regional finals. And he's just very emotional. And I think it goes to show, because so many people I feel like get wrapped up in like the TSMs and all these teams who it's just like they go and it's natural. But there's people out there who just getting to make it to LAN was such a big moment for him that like the guy's like he's bursting out in tears. And think about all the people who have like grinded for years to get to the point that they are. I don't know. I think it's really cool and like representative of a majority of the pros, and it kind of shows like how big of an accomplishment making LAN like really is. As an NA, it feels like it doesn't feel like that because most of the teams that go have been going, you know. So
that's what I was gonna say. Like also from like other regions, this is Apex South. It's like even though people want to call it like a weaker region, like for like the regional pro league, 5 spots is not a lot to try and get in. You know, between 5 to 7 spots that they had last.
And they had to get over 100 points on the season to get in, which is that's a lot of points. Like I don't think anybody in NA really does that except for like the top 1 or 2 teams.
Yeah. No, it's you're right. It's amazing. These are the moments I love the game for, right? And would love to highlight more.
All right, well, that's it.
Cool. Okay, real quick. Let's look. We had this is From the Heavens that's Snakebite at 29.5, Then we got Hal comes down from the heavens at 30. And then I think it was Nicewig.
Lifeline.
Nicewig and Lifeline.
I kind of honestly, I'm okay with those rankings. I don't actually even
Yeah.
I'm not too concerned about changing them. Like I'm
No,
good with
I don't feel like changing them at this point. They're pretty goated.
I think that's spot on.
I think we did a good job ranking those throughout and trying to keep them quite balanced. That was really good. Yeah.
Good.
So greatest clip of all time is Hal from the heavens, and
Everybody
honestly,
knew.
I knew
Come
that was gonna
on.
be it. I knew that was gonna be it coming in. I was going to. So I told Zephyr not to put it in, and I was gonna actually DM UJ and say like, don't put Hal from the heavens in. I'm just gonna do it as the last clip overall because I.
Well, no, I was the first one to put my clips in. You can see it was only my third clip because I was sitting there like, maybe I'll leave it to the other guys. But then I was like, nah, I'll just put it in.
So the only reason I didn't text you is because I was like, I already put it in. I'm not gonna go bother him to find one more clip.
If you made me take it out, I would have put a meme clip like Sykes on Caustic or something.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna make you go find one more clip. I'm like, one of us was gonna put it. It's the winner. That's undoubted. Let's see what year 4 gives us. Let's see what year 4 gives us. I think it's gonna be hard to break that though, right? If TSM 3 back-to-back wins couldn't break it, I think that's gonna be hard to break.
Oh man, bro. That's fun though.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cool. I mean, thank you guys for doing this and like hanging out for like the last 3 hours or so. I appreciate that a ton. I was worried that like it would take too long. It was taking up your Friday nights or something like that. But it's awesome.
I figured it'd take a long time. Not gonna lie.
I kind of assumed my night was done when I signed up for this, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I love it. Thank you so much. Hopefully I'll try to brainstorm more ideas. Maybe we'll do something like this again because that was a lot of fun. Oh, I didn't realize I got my whole OBS on there. I didn't mean to do that.
Hey, only if the
JHawk
video pops off, bro.
No, the stream.
Good luck editing this. How are you gonna condense this?
I'm gonna condense.
I thought it was gonna be 2 hours. I thought it was gonna be pretty easy, and I thought I'd play phony clips, take out some of the ones I've put in too many videos, because like there's definitely some in here that I've had in videos before.
TSM fans are gonna roast me if you include that NRG speech. I was so passionate on that one. I didn't even think I was gonna be.
Oh man, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna get roasted as a caster for dishing as hard as I did on energy, bro. They're gonna come at me and be like, why do you hate Sweet? And it's like, I don't know, man. Win a land.
Yeah, I seriously, I thought, what's it called? I thought this was gonna be really easy. I'm like, oh, easy video, do it as a stream. I'll pump this out over the weekend, next 2 days. I'm not even home over the weekend. I'm streaming BSQ, so like I don't know how that's gonna happen.
You're gonna have to cut. You're gonna have to cut so many of these moments. I mean, which is fine because some of these clips, it's whatever. But
yeah, I'm gonna I'll figure it out. But it's gonna be fun, guys. Where is it? Here, I gotta go through the internet. If you haven't already, which it's crazy if you didn't, go follow these guys on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. You guys have like the same handles for everything, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
There's Zephyr's link, and then here's JHawk's link in the chat. Go ahead, do that. Thank you all for hanging out. I'll do my spiel after I pop up with you guys. I just can't type AJHawk. You gotta get that JHawk, that handle.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get it on Twitter. The guy that's had it has had it for like 12 years. His account's private and he doesn't tweet anymore. I've deep though. He hasn't tweeted in like 3 years or something. I'm not gonna get it. There's no way.
There is what's it called? There's a Jumba from like 2009 was the last time he tweeted. The account's inactive. Listen, I'm not the craziest fan of like X and the whole takeover, but when I heard that they were gonna get rid of like old accounts, I was like, I hope Jumbo becomes available, but it didn't.
No, yeah, JHawk didn't become available. I'm not gonna get it on YouTube. There's another guy who uses it, who's active, posts like every week. I might get it on Twitch because I don't know how the partner thing works, but I think you can just like yoink somebody's name if they're not active. But yeah,
I'm
I don't know.
sticking with Zephyr casts because it just works.
Well, that works. That works. I have my initials in there, Jumba GW. On YouTube, the Jumba there has posted one video 16 years ago, surprisingly on my birthday. I don't know. That's weird. 16 years ago on my birthday. Yeah, can't get that. Will there be a VOD for the stream? Yep, Takuto, the VOD's going to be up. All right, I'll let you guys go for hanging out for so long. I appreciate it. I'm just going to say bye to the stream here, but thank you so much, guys. Have a good one. Thank you.
All right.
Good night.
Poggers is fun. We got to do this again sometime. Peace out.
100%.
See you, boys.
Talk soon. Okay, chat. thank you guys all so much for hanging out. The multi-stream seems to go good. In the future, I'll be a lot more active with chat. This is a little bit of a different one. Having a lot of people there, it was hard to kind of like, you know, converse the whole time and then read chat at the same time. Especially trying to like do 2 chats at the same time. If you saw my screen, like, it's absolutely crazy. Like, here's the display cap. Like, there is a way for me to combine streams, but for today, I went with 2 streams, 2 chats. So I'm reading it like this, right? Trying to make sure I could while watching clips and everything. So thank you for being patient with me. I'll try to even sort out some of the ad stuff for next time. I will be back Sunday for PSQ, Pro Preseason Qualifiers. I believe they start 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I will do that. So if you guys want to come, like, hang out there, we're doing a watch party, and then I'll be there Monday, and then next weekend we got a couple cool streams as well. When it's the preseason, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to check that out, you could go to Battlefy, go to year 4 Battlefy. My default's to year 3 preseason, and the schedule's here. So yeah, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, December 2nd is the first day. I'm not going to be there for Saturday. I'm going to be there for Sunday, Monday, and we'll see. Yeah, so have a good night, guys. Thank you for all the follows today. If I missed you, I tried to do my best, and thank you for the subs if you did as well. And have a good one. We'll catch you guys